Yo, what's going on everybody? Xanthos Vice here, and we are back with some more Punishing Grey Raven. I hope you guys have a great start to your day. Yeah, luckily I'm not working today, so I thought, hey, I might as well put out another stream, especially to finish off this chapter, because I just checked, and the next chapter actually doesn't release until like the 9th. So I'm like, I might as well get this done, so then again, like I said, I can focus more on my other stuff for a good part of next week. So yeah, anyway, where we last left off, we had continued with trying to correct the course of time, and also making sure that Kratos doesn't get the ending she wants, because basically at this point it's like either we're all dead if we don't get to actually make it, or she completes her objective. So it's like we're really not really making any headway, but it seems like by retrieving more information through the multiple jumps that we've been making, that's how come we're trying to like create the ultimate solution to this problem. And it seems like we're actually inching a bit closer after Yuko's sacrifice to actually buy some more time to help get the people escape so that Kratos wouldn't make it to the core. So we're going to go ahead and continue with that. I think we should be done with this chapter today. So yeah, Pyra for the long night. What are you doing? Are you going to stop me again?
That's what I should be asking. Killing Kratos here won't do us any good.
Mike seems to harbor a deep primal fear of the torn space before. It's back to the two of you, he focuses entirely on defending against the rift. Usually composed voice now trembles what rarely contained grief and anger.
Grey Raven Commandant. The Hetero Tower's core is destroyed. Everything is about to go completely uncontrollable. The Red Tide is no longer under Kratos' control. It won't become our tool to attack other arrows, to continue to breed hetero creatures here endlessly.
Right, because again, we learned that's why he created chaos, so then someone else could control it.
Those mindless monsters will simply roam the Hetero Tower, advancing into other eras through the same rift where you came from. I must concentrate all my power on upholding the force fields here. The barrier containing all of Constellia is no longer sustainable. The Red Tide and hetero creatures below will inevitably enter the Golden Age.
Approaching abdomen where Kratos' blade was pierced, you fight to sit up in other words, only to be cut short by the same pain.
What about your ascendants? It's not a viable solution. Given the nature of most ascendants, having them engage in repetitive tasks while being exposed to the Hetero Tower capable of altering the past will only lead to further complications. Merge with chaos. Becoming Agent Zero is the only way to stop all of this. But the barrier before you consumes far less energy than the one encompassing Constellia. Why are you struggling to maintain it? Because...
Quick Vision's words, a luminous spike erupts from deep within the sealed rift. The razor-sharp spike moves with lightning speed, tearing through the barrier after barrier on unstoppable force before piercing straight through the agent's body.
Vonnegut?
Neither answers nor cries out in pain for the grievous wound. Practice is as if it were all too familiar for him. He reaches out and grasps the spike, impaling him with his bare hands, methodically breaking it down piece by piece. The deep wound on his unprotected back is not to slowly heal through punishing.
I don't think I need to explain anymore.
This is... Questioning words are cut short as another spike comes thrusting toward him. Once again, his body is pierced. Beats his early motion, crushing the crimson energy piece by piece into nothingness. A new one tears open beside the unhealed injury. His punishing's healing capabilities continue to slow down.
This is the price that comes with the core's destruction. The core that Lee of your squad reversed didn't just control the Hetero Tower. It served as a defense mechanism as well. Now, without the core, the corruption it once held back will flood here from another world. This world would have bear two entirely different catastrophes at once. There'd be no hope of recovery. Both your goal and mine would be equally meaningless. I'm the only one who understands what this is. It has to be me who stops it.
It's all because
course destroyed. Despite your foresight, witnessing the events unfold before your eyes, the living despair heralds weighs heavily on your soul. Don't blame yourself. If Agent Zero had taken the core, the outcome would have been the same. I wouldn't have even had a chance to defend against it. While the situation is dire, we still avoided the worst case scenario. But now we must find a way to deal with both the Red Tide and Hetero creatures again in the Golden Age. Can we fix the core through time rewind? Even with only one path remaining, you'll never stop searching for alternatives. Wait, the key! Looking down, she discovers that the key, after absorbing the Hetero Tower's core, is transformed into an eerie cubic crystal. That's the key with the core stored within it. Even if you try to rewind time with it, the Hetero Tower won't be affected. The Hetero Tower is like a long tunnel. With it, you can reach different points in time within an area through various exits. But now... But now, the tunnel itself is damaged. You can't fix it through interference from outside the tunnel. Even from a distance, both of you can see how these few words alone are draining what little strength he has left. There's no turning back now. Only becoming Agent Zero can suppress the Red Tide and prevent the catastrophe you saw. Grey Raven Commandant. You stand idly by and allow the Red Tide consuming Constellium to spread across the entire world? Once Agent Zero returns, the Sea of Red Tide shall instantly complete. Never mind. You won't understand anyway. Where did you send her? The fog, right behind this rift. There are many ways to enter it. The entire Hetero Zone is a danger zone. Without proper authority or a key, it's nearly impossible to return. What exactly is the fog? It's a zone of temporal chaos caused by corruption. According to... No, there's no time to explain. Agent Zero has the authority to return here. Doing now is only a temporary solution. It's time to make your choice, Commander of Grey Raven. Don't you want to protect the future you've been fighting for? While its furious roar compels you to look up and survey your surroundings, devastation continues to spread through the shadows, while the new leaderless Red Tide flows toward the exit through the rifts created by Agent Zero and the Hetero Tower. Soon enough, it will surge toward the defenseless Constellia, slaughtering the unprepared people in the Golden Age. Over 30 years since the punishing virus outbreak, countless have already fallen in the struggle. If the Red Tide joins the fray, how many will even survive? You've been prepared for this all along, haven't you? Indeed, until you standing here have long understood that there would be no returning unscathed. Every one of those tragic divergent futures stands for your present reality. You run away now, everything you hold dear will fade into nothingness. You don't even know if your ever self outside the Hetero Tower has already perished in these 30 years. Consequences await if you leave the Hetero Tower now. Alright. As against the bloody wound in your abdomen, you force yourself to sit up in Lucia's arms. Sacrifice is inevitable. You let it be yours to bear. I accept your proposal. Take me with you, Vaughn. Before you finish speaking, her hands grab you firmly, and they cause you to collapse. As you can no longer contain her grief and fury, entire body trembling as she clutches at your coat. Her eyes dart between your eyes and the wound in your abdomen, half opening and closing, yet unable to form a single word. She remains silent as you ask no questions. So the two of you are having a conversation through the shared silence. And now comes the time to voice the conclusion. All this time, I failed to protect you. Eventually brings herself to say it. At least let me take your place.
Though the dreams didn't fully reveal how Lucia came to this decision, long since they're coming. Since you woke up, Lucy's been focused solely on evacuating everyone from Constellia and returning to the Hetero Tower. Neither of you has breached the final most crucial question. How exactly will you deal with the tower? As if this part has been deliberately cut out from the meticulous plan, leaving behind a telling void that speaks volumes in its silence. You knew I would refuse.
I know. But I'm not choosing to die, Commandant. There's a backup force field device in the rift exit, powerful enough to cover the entire hidden underground floor. And the floor is already hard enough to find. Given what's coming, no one will venture there anymore. As long as I keep watch over the device, the red tide won't appear ahead of time.
What are you talking about? This plan is worse than death itself. Full of pure torture. You're planning to guard the rift from the very first day until the red tide shows up?
But what's the point?
Once the tower appears, those rifts will still... Let's brought back into that endless main third once again. Once the tower appears again, the rifts will multiply, bringing forth the red tide that will destroy everything.
At least this buys us time. Take the core and return to our era. And then what? Leave you here to die from exhaustion? That's not what matters.
As goes my agitator, she says that the wound's still seeping blood beneath your clothes.
As long as you can escape with the core, I'll stand guard until that very moment. Do you have any idea how painful this will be? The Omega Core gives my frame infinite endurance. I can do this. That's not what I'm talking about. It's better than watching you leave. Lucia, you don't have a choice. This isn't up for discussion.
Gripping your coat slowly loosens, allowing you to lean back against the floor. Just as she once checked for a pulse, Lucia now takes your hands in hers, and press them against her cheeks. A final farewell from the warmth, times where she cannot bear to break.
I can't watch you die again. I'll do this even if it means defying your orders. And you won't be able to stop me. Not in your injured state. Go back, Commandant. Return to our time. To those you love. You should be surrounded by them, living a long and happy life. This is the future I've always longed for. A peaceful world. And a world where you're there. Wait for me there. I won't keep you waiting long. I'll catch up to your time soon enough. If it means keeping you alive, 30 years is nothing. I have no fear for whatever lies ahead.
30 years? Sounds like a white lie told to comfort a child.
Will you really be able to come back? Whatever happens to me, your safe escape is all that matters.
Take on everything by yourself.
It's just arrogance. And you're doing the same thing right now. We've always been alike, haven't we? Our thoughts, our decisions, things we do for each other, they've always been alike. I won't compromise on this. I won't even plead for your permission.
Grip tightens, as I've said. If I never refuse, she's prepared to knock you unconscious, if necessary, to accomplish this task.
Then, please take this as my plea. You're really going to do this. There's at least one thing you have to do my way. Go ahead. You take the key. No. Listen to me. You really mean what you said. That you'll soon catch up to my time. For me, it'll only be a matter of minutes. Or maybe a few days apart. Unless you're planning to leave and never return. Moreover, I can't predict what lies beyond the Hetero Tower. If something goes wrong again, I can't guarantee the safety of the key. One last thing. If the worst really happens, use the key to save yourself. Promise me!
Closes her eyes, remembering the line ending she's seen, the final path she's chosen. Just as the visions had shown, the tower's core now lies destroyed. She'll stand guard by the rift for years to come. And none of those visions have shown what would happen if Lucia were to hold the key.
Do you really think the key can save me?
In my dreams, I glimpsed someone using it to escape from the fog.
Are you sure?
Vonnegut left this information slip earlier as well. Asking Vonnegut now would be pointless.
You never give an honest answer since he wants you dead. Just can't. I can't let you leave like this. Confronted with issues you refuse to compromise on, even your resolute voices sound strikingly alike. After a long moment of contemplation in the face of your unwavering resolve, Lucy eventually concedes with a nod of agreement. I get it now. Chaos promised to send us back to the right era. You can do that too, right? I can only guarantee that the bridge will assist you in going back to the moment you return to the tower. As for your commandment, that'll take some luck. Are you certain that this plan of yours will work? Of course. You were commanded severe injuries. It seemed simply impossible to complete the fusion preparations you need. Even if Commander stays in the tower. Even with my approval, any mind fusion under these circumstances will be unstable. Do you really want to risk failing again? Alright. I'll do my best to help you both. There's an invisible stairway near the exit at the core level. I'll make it visible for you. Commander. As Don takes out the froggy voice recorder gift from Yuko. Hold on to this for me, and return it when we meet again. Sure. Keep your promise. Of course. For you, it won't take too long. I'll come find you soon. Let me send you at the head of the tower. See you soon, Commander. How's it going? Yo, what's up? The new Devil May Cry was bad. Instead of doing things about it, devil hunter killing demons. It's American bad. It turned demons. Oh, you mean that anime, right? But yeah, I'm doing alright, Rinuya. But, dude, I don't know. I didn't check it out because I'm like, I already don't like the looks of it. I don't know why. Maybe it's just like a style kind of thing, but I just feels like it takes away from the edginess of what it's supposed to be from like the tiny clips I've seen of Devil May Cry gameplay. And it's like, I know it's not going to be 100% exactly like that, but I don't know, I just really don't feel like it would measure up to it just by looking at what the anime would look like. So I'm like, you know what, I'm not even going to bother. Probably better for me to just like play the games only instead. At least that was my take on it anyway. I don't know, I could be wrong. Having bid farewell to her most precious one. Lucy steps into what will become her long imprisonment. Through glimpses of future information, she sees herself standing before the rift. Among the 9 possible futures, she knows this path will lead to the fewest losses. Even still, multiple possibilities await at the end of this path. Yeah, I wouldn't call Devil May Cry edgy. The Netflix thing is. Hey, so much I expect to sit below average, but I didn't expect to actively disrespect the source to such a degree. Wow, damn. Like turning into a hero into a deadbeat, and really? Wow. But not edgy. I guess maybe not. Like I said, I don't really know almost anything about the Devil May Cry series. I just know a bit from like some of the cool gameplay I've seen back then, but damn, they're really even changing it that much. Not just visually it's that different, but also like just like as the composition. That's crazy. And carry this entire dialogue. She swears every line. Oh god, great. Just what we need. Another Aaron. My Twitch buddy, hey Yuki, what's going on? Hope you have a good day. I did see that you streamed yesterday, so I wasn't able to check it out.
I was actually in the middle of work, and the Wi-Fi where I'm at sucks, where it's like I can't really watch Twitch streams because they always just like freeze and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you had a good stream the past couple times. She's seen a future where after winning the battle, she and her commander returned to the correct era with the core, reuniting with everyone. She's also seen one where she fails to hold on for these 30 years, leaving the world in complete chaos. And more often, she sees herself returning to the tower, repeatedly banning Vonnegut only to fall to his power. Did Commander make it back safely? Did Commander receive treatment? Was Commander able to regroup with Liv and Lee without Kratos' interference? These questions remain unanswered, as anxiety is bound to haunt her for a very long time to come. Should she fail to endure these arduous 30 years? Should she disappoint all those relying on her? Or she ever reconcile with herself? Whatever her choice is there, no one restores the devastated past. The present that person could return to cease to exist entirely. Vicky, I'm doing okay. Testing my stream with an online friend. Who's helping me with OBS. Okay, gotcha. Well, I mean, to be fair, I guess OBS always does have like a whole bunch of updates a lot of times, so it's like there's probably going to be some changes in some ways, depending on like what your specs are and stuff. So take it as a gamble. Went smoothly now. Oh, that's good to know. Glad to hear it. She and the commander have already found the path of least sacrifice to their journey. This alone is worth being grateful for. By the way, you still just mainly streaming Tribe 9, or you also mix it up with some other lesser known stuff that I know you like to partake in to expand your horizon? As he takes out the paper 4-leaf clover from her chest, gently caressing it in her palm. She prays for a miracle at the end of her long imprisonment. No matter what happens, Grey Raven will always unite. She speaks these words to herself as she gazes at the paper clover. She needs to believe these words. She must believe that miracles are still possible. Yuki, I do different games if I feel like it, don't worry. Oh, okay. No, I was just curious, that's all. I'm not, like, forcefully asking, are you making sure you're doing? Because again, it's like, just do what you want to do, you know? No one else should dictate what you play. Unless you do like a poll thing, but that's different. No matter what, she must fulfill her final promise. Turn the core to command. Ah boy, okay, I'm gonna have to deal with endless waves now, aren't I? Because I'm supposed to be the protector of the gate. The Grey Raven Commander had a long, strange dream. I've seen Lucia's endless sacrifices. But thank you for asking. Yeah, same, Yuki. Very Yuki.
暁なき彼方まで超えゆけ。ここが最終防衛戦。死守して赤潮の出現が加速するのを阻止します。プリア森林公園跡の悲劇は繰り返させません。
Oh my god. Okay, let's do this. Fuck my life. Oh, this thing is blocking it. Are you serious?
集え、暁の光。それ、ガラス場のように輝き、黎明のように貫け。翼よ羽ばたけ。
Come on, I can do this. It's not gonna be easy.
当たれ。それ。行け。集え、暁の光。
It's a definite. Dude, I'm not doing any damage.
ガラス場のように輝き、黎明のように貫け。当たれ。行け。
It'll take freaking forever.
集え暁の光カラスバのように輝き黎明のように貫けこれでまだたった数分移住強盗の降臨まであと何年指揮官もう私たちの時代に戻れましたかちゃんと治療を受けていますか大丈夫大丈夫この機体なら私はまだ頑張れる当たれ
Please close your eyes and away from her. As long as you don't watch her, the dream lasts but a moment.
当たれ
20 years later. Oh god.
どれくらい過ぎた20年30年端末はもうとっくに壊れてそうだあの時こう言えばよかった再会したら指揮官にそれから一緒に行ったあの場所グレーレーブンはきっと
Yuki, good news, Switchblade. Legend of Heroes Beyond the Horizon, aka Kind of Kiseki, will be out this fall. Yeah, I remember seeing it. I did see the trailer. I'm just at least hoping it doesn't end up like a filler story. I mean, I'm at least hoping not, because it seems like me and Kevin are gonna be in it. It seemed like the tiniest bit, like sneak peeks of it, but nothing else besides that. Yeah, I'm curious about where the story is even gonna go from this way, because, I mean, to be fair, I guess I haven't really finished the ending of Daybreak 2, so I don't really know what to achieve would be next in the setup. But if I know stuffing Calvert, it's never gonna be anything good. For some reason, everyone's always gonna be the enemy, whether it be for money, or just because they've always been like that. And that's the thing, I hate how that's the running theme of it for a lot of people in Calvert. It's like, you can't really trust most people anyway. Like, the ones with power, nah, they've always just been, you're just gonna be using people, or just like... Yeah, I think I remember it's only a couple. I don't remember how many of it's gonna be in there, but I think it's just... I don't remember a lot, because again, I'm trying to keep myself pretty well reminded, especially since I haven't finished the other game yet, so... We'll just have to see where that goes from there. Just complete suffering, man. Ah, there we go. Nice. Alright, how many more ways am I gonna have to do?
あなたに会いたい会いたいです会いたい
Wake up. Don't watch as time tears her apart. Wake up and let this torment end, even if it's only a dream.
Oh. 暁の光 暁の光翼よ羽ばたけきっとまた会えますいけ当たれ先に下がってください集え暁の光カラスバのように輝け翼よ羽ばたけ
Dude, I'm just getting slammed around like a tennis ball. Fuck me! This is never gonna end!
会えますから
How many more times are gonna get healed and then just knocked around? Yo! Stop it! This is outrageous!
いけ
Damn, to think Lucia had to deal with this for 30 fucking years? How has she not gotten safe from all this shit?
集え暁の
It's
光
honestly admirable that she can actually do this. And I died. No, stop it.
翼よ羽ばたけ
Come on. Twitch buddy have Nice! Congrats! I think I remember you were like
終わりです
how long was it ago? I think it was like last year or something. You gave me an update. You were like 200 something. Nice. Great work, Yuki. Oh no, actually now I remember. You were almost at 300 last time. It's like we're... Ah no, we're in the fog, aren't we?
空間の境目が
Don't tell me the world disappeared again. The end of the dream is engulfed by an endless white fog. Time seems to fade away, and all sound ceases to exist. Everything disappears. So in the true domain of the fog. It is that her decision of parting becomes scissors that, over this unending passage of time, ruthlessly sever all that could be stripped away from her, yet peculiarly sparing her life alone. She remains alive, nothing more than alive. The buzzing key in her hand serves as a reminder. She still has her life left to lose. Severance. Damn, so that's the Lucia ending? That the world still just disappeared? Or I guess that she's separated from the world? Fuck me! Oh, I was right, it is the Vonnegut one. Nice. I called it. I call all these different endings. I didn't think Vonnegut would be the last one. If anything, I thought Cradle would. Ah, not a slaughterhouse again, please. I've already been through enough. So here's number 5. The end of the white fog, the Graver Commandant sinks into a new dream. The mystery of a madman, perspective spiral into chaos. This is multiple identities, often unable to distinguish who he truly is. At times he's a renowned professor. However,
However, as his consciousness drifts through the manic delusions of countless murderers, he becomes the victim burned alive in a museum, then turns into the perpetrator who avenges their death. He tends to patients with healing hands and solves the entire hospital with lucid mind. For a long time, he lives in constant stage fright, never knowing which consciousness dwelling within his body will take the spotlight next, what intentions they'll harbor, or what consequences they'll bring. Upon becoming Vonnegut, becoming an agent, being reborn in a new vessel, he is constantly trimming away his own mind data. Only by cutting away the uncontrollable and unnecessary parts, serving what's controllable and meaningful, can he truly become himself. Vonnegut compiles what remains of his self into a chaotic report, like an undelivered last will forever put away in his terminal. It begins thus. Nemo was a sickly child from birth. After graduation, he underwent construct surgery. Yet he felt no gratitude for his father's arrangements or this increasingly widespread technology. Instead, he saw in mind data upload technology the harbingers of war and fundamental flaws. He abandoned the great expectations his father had placed on him, refusing to add fuel to the approaching fires of war. Instead, he put his tireless construct body to use by pursuing a license as a psychiatric physician. His father berated him as a coward who gave up eating for fear of choking, too afraid to pursue the advancement of civilization and technology. Nemo offered no defense and from that day forward cut all ties with his family. It wasn't until years later, after working at a rural psychiatric hospital, that Nemo reconnected with his father and counted the initial victims of the chaos contamination. Dr. Nemo, we already ran tests on the patient on bed 12 the day before yesterday. Why are you requesting additional examinations? Several readings seem abnormal. The same ones you've been reporting? Just forget about it. It's clearly schizophrenia. No matter how you look at it, we have plenty of patients with similar symptoms. Why are you so fixated on this one? We have other patients showing similar abnormalities? Yeah, I'd say it's best to let it go. Your reports on bed 12 never really caught anyone's eye before. The hospital's already swamped. Don't add more stress for yourself. If you're really set on following it through, take it to a major hospital. A small facility like ours doesn't have the proper equipment anyway. No one cared. No one thought about investigating. After careful deliberation, Nemo compiled his findings into a report and sent to his father, whom he hadn't contacted in years. Days later, a mysterious fire broke out in the inpatient department. Hold the patients down and get them to the first floor. Don't let any of them escape. We got bed 12 under control, but bed 13. Security! Let go of me! There's no time left! Everyone must know the truth. We need to evacuate now. The fire's still spreading. Pin this guy down first. He's gonna make trouble for us on the way out if we don't. Dr. Nemo, hold him down. Get injected with propofol to sodium. But his weight. I remember his weight and dosage. We need to administer it now. Keep him steady. Great unpinned the snuggling man in a relatively safe stairway. They were prepared to inject the sedative on suddenly. Hey, did you hear something? Assuming the words out of his mouth, then the oxygen line in the ward finally exploded. Blasted the railing, crashing into the wall, hurling it toward the three people restraining the patient. Investigation concluded that the incident was caused by degraded electrical wiring, despite having been expected just last month, which resulted in the fire. Several patients attempted to flee during the chaos, were later caught and transferred to a larger hospital. If only Nemo survived, having become a construct. Though he left the hospital taking responsibility for the incident, this twist of fate inadvertently saved him from being further infected by chaos contamination. The incident was later classified as an anomalous event triggered by the termination of the chaos contamination incubation cycle. The Vanguard team conducted an investigation and implemented corrective measures. However, as long as the chaos contamination remained uncontained, Any attempt to correct the past would only lead to the same outcome, or something even worse. This is our fault. We should have let the past alone. Things wouldn't have turned out like this. It's far too late for that now. We're outliers to those infected. To suffer from the rude, you have to be the one to do it. Kill them, Nemo. At least from their suffering. Dream's vision suddenly ends here. Travel through the fog and stars before settling in a place not entirely unfamiliar. It should have been just another ordinary afternoon. Professor Trout was invited to provide medical services at the Science Council's internal hospital. While waiting for the next patient, he received a cryptic message. 0-point energy will cause. The message gave him an attachment that couldn't be opened. Trout paid little mind to it at first, being a well-known figure. He was accustomed to the irrelevant messages that often flooded his inbox. It was the peculiar timestamp that caught his attention. December 25th, 2197. The date displayed in the top left corner of his terminal read December 25th, 2050. A message from the future. Just as he tried to examine it more closely, the mail vanished, replaced by new content. Contamination report. The message also came with an inaccessible attachment. Once again, it only lasted for a sec before vanishing and being replaced by new content. Chaos data. So an inaccessible attachment. Construct technology force field data. So the same as before. Continued to intrigue Trout, but interest was all it could remain. The messages couldn't be opened or even recorded, leaving Trout at a dead end. Note: according to Nemo, the Vanguard team had attempted to send data to the Science Council in the past. These messages contained warnings about 0-point energy attracting the contaminating mimetic. Research reports on contaminating mimetic. Data about chaos contamination and information on construct technology and force fields. Even without human carriers, the very act of sending information and data to the past would result in the chaos contamination corrupting the messages. These messages were randomly scattered to various locations. Most people never saw their fleeting contents. Those who did simply dismissed them. To turn the tide to defeat, time travel is essential. But using time travel would only further spread the chaos contamination. The future where Nemo exists is already beyond salvation. To this day, it remains unknown if the Dominic in this world, but a person bearing the same expectations, ever received similar messages. Whether they too were unable to read the complete contents, or they did read everything but made different plans. Different handwriting. He was never one to back down. He wouldn't stop exploring just because 0-point energy might attract a contaminating mimetic. Regardless, those mysterious messages came to an abrupt end here. 1 week later, at the same location and precisely at noon, Trout received another message from the future. Hello, how is the world where you are? This time the message didn't vanish. Driven by curiosity and seeking a bit of entertainment, Trout composed a reply. I'm glad to receive your message. The world I'm in isn't ideal. We have plenty of perfectly healthy lunatics going around hurting people. About a minute passed before another message arrived, but its sending date was several days later than the previous one. Do you also need to kill the infected? They symptoms are similar to schizophrenia. They have typical, and the only solution is to kill them preemptively. Although the term the infected eluded Trout's comprehension, he was already writing a book detailed about manipulation and coercion of individuals deemed not guilty by the reason of insanity. Revealing a few secrets to this mysterious center in exchange for a sense of openness didn't strike Trout as a bad move. Yes, it seems we share the same regrets. How many have you gotten rid of yourself? The reply arrived. Its sending date was actually several months earlier than before. So the sender's time was constantly being altered. Hospital, 106 people. Soon after, we received another message. 107, my father too. Alright, with this you taken care of all the infected ones within your reach. Keep the force field equipped protective suit. Welcome to the Vanguard team. No, I don't want to. Where are you off to next then? Plan to atone to those you killed by taking you. I'm just tired of it all. Our team's running short on capable people. Your father even spoke of you to Dominic before he was infected. Truly wish to. Make it count for something at least. At this rate, there won't be a single living human left in this world soon. And how about this? Dominic's next plan might call for a sacrifice. Well, give me an answer. Sure. Professor Kilgore tried to stay at the Science Council to provide free medical consultation. Their message for the future arrived just a few days after the previous one. The sender, however, seemed like someone on a business trip. Time transmission kept changing along with their location. So there's someone... Dominic, world where you are. Are you referring to the founder of the Science Council? Yes, please do find Dominic. I went looking but didn't get to meet Dominic. I'll try again later. I didn't get to meet that busy person today, but I did catch up with Dominic's assistant and share these future messages with her. She denied everything, brushed it off as a prank, and mentioned that the Science Council had no intentions of developing a time machine. Dominic forgot the Vanguard team? I met with Dominic today and brought up these messages again. Dominic claimed to have no recollection of them, similar to what the assistant said. Forgot. He abandoned the Vanguard team? Why? Maybe this disregard was needed. While we talked, I felt like it wasn't that Dominic completely forgot. Those details just didn't seem to matter to Dominic. What I mean is, Dominic's attitude was more like someone who had just heard bits and pieces of future events. Perhaps this Dominic isn't the person you're looking for. Rather, someone whose situation is similar to the relationship between you and me. This is merely speculation, of course. Please trust and help us. I've grown weary of this world. I'm open to some crazy projects, but you need to tell me what exactly needs to be done first. Besides that, I have one last personal matter to attend to. Professor Kilgore Trout makes public confession in his new autobiography. Oh, right. This. Yeah, we know about this already. We saw that in chapter 26. Yeah, let's just skip through this because we already saw it before. Significant progress made in the experiment for uploading mind data. Mind data cannot be fully integrated into human bodies. These entities are designated as constructs. Reports indicate that after his consciousness was digitized, Professor Trout offered invaluable information and methodological insights for researchers. Instant report. Kilgore Trout's mind data has been lost. It's as if it was deleted, but that's impossible. Someone must be helping him. Conscious data doesn't just vanish into thin air. It demands immediate attention. He escaped. I hope you're doing well, Professor Trout. Our current technology is limited. My consciousness is cluttered with too many other voices. But the digitization process remains necessary. You seek someone to take over Agent Zero's authority. I'm curious to see what's possessing such power would be like. But first, one must shed. But my time is limited. I hope Dominic will make preparations. But this all be in vain. Of course, if he knows everything, we won't have any room to intervene. Let's treat this as a contingency then. After all, this world still lacks the means to freely rewind time. Why didn't you tell everyone about the warning? Do you think that would have made any difference? Is this the place? Following Trout's instructions, Litos carried the container housing Trout's consciousness and lurked in Constellia for days, before finally sneaking into the underground hidden floor. After a long wait, precisely at the ignition of 0. Reactor 1 and the outbreak of the punishing virus, a strange rift materialized before Litos. The young man staggered out of the rift, glanced before Litos reached out his hand. Give me Trout's consciousness. That marked their first encounter. What happened to the Hetero Tower's core you mentioned? The core can't be destroyed. Neither can Agent Zero. If I brought the core with me, she would follow. So I left her with the bridge. As Nemo predicted, the contaminating mimetic of this world did not appear, likely due to Dominic's more thorough preparations. Yet the rift that the bridge across streams failed to seal still stood as a subtle reminder. The future door remained uneliminated. Agent Zero still existed. The Hetero Tower would appear again. Perhaps he never should have come here at all. Perhaps he should have perished there along with everyone from the future. Would that truly solve everything once and for all? Moreover, everything he had witnessed continued to remind him. Merely containing the contaminating mimetic with Ingersoll was far from enough. At the moment, Vonnegut sits in his room, poring over these records. His consciousness, merged with those of numerous Death Row inmates who participated in mind digitization experiments, was implanted in Nemo's body. For an impossibly long time, his mind remained in chaos. It was constantly interfered with his thoughts, sometimes even disrupting his actions. Manning lost control for a professor who always carried himself with such composure. Though terrified by these occasional glimpses of erratic behavior, let those remain steadfastly by the professor's side. After all, this was the man who once saved his life. It was during that time that he gradually became more aware of Luna's transformation to an agent. Through careful observation, he unraveled how she connected to the Ascension Network. Coincidence? Yes. One that could be replicated. The others who merged with his consciousness in the mind could inherently increase the weight of information. To the extent of process organization, he finally attained power equal to that of an agent. To maintain control, he must trim away the noises, excise unwanted consciousnesses. Yet to maintain his authority as an agent, he must preserve these the very same conscious. Even now, his chaotic, remorseful voices continue to urge forward both filtering and evolution. They yearn to leave regret behind, to become truly omnipotent. Even now, Sai's lab sends him spiraling into dreams of madness. Who exactly am I? Am I truly lucid and in control of this self that I am? On these persistent self-interrogations, he donned his mask, maintaining a series of unintentionally disquieting habits, while to keep every consciousness within his mind on edge, to ensure his own existence. Ah, okay, so he is both, but it's not like they're the exact same person. Because I guess it wouldn't make sense that it's like he's Nemo from the future, but he's Trout from the past. I didn't even think of that back then, because it's like, how could a person who's from the future exist like as a normal human, but then have been an ascendant in the present, right? If that is how we're looking at time, even if some things are different. Like to be a completely individual. So he used mind fusion. They became the same individual by that point. Okay. This collection of chaotic memories made whole. The mask bestowed upon them a singular, unified identity. These self-imposed moments of discomfort served as a way to verify whether he still maintained control over himself. Torn between these two states, he silently endured the first 2 decades following the outbreak of the Punishing Virus. His world seemed peaceful enough. The Punishing Virus, in contrast to the Chaos contamination, grew more detectable and less lethal. Yet it remained dangerous, harboring at the very least the potential for catastrophe. This premonition of his came true the moment the red tide erupted. Yet the traits of the red tide, particularly those red tide projections, heralded an entirely new possibility. Every voice within his mind called out with their remorse, hoping the red tide could preserve the deceased and grant the lost souls a second chance at life. Even now, we can still vividly recall the turmoil at the time. Seems to have taken him tremendous effort before he finally managed to regain a sense of purpose. He stared his resolve to trim away and excise the others from his mind.
Mister, I'm glad you made this decision and trusted the operation to me.
As his mind finally grew clearer, he began to notice that the origin of the red tide bore striking similarities to the chaos contamination. It seemed everything was far from over. Was it the fog? Had it seeped into somewhere unnoticed? Countless questions lingered amid the noises, offering no definitive answers.
Mister, this will be your third operation. It might damage your mind.
The more he faced the red tide, the more apparent the Hetero Tower's growth became. He must prepare to key now. Losing the Hetero Tower would be more catastrophic than anything else.
Make hetero creatures more human.
Let's begin with creatures like those on Earth. Fish or insects will suffice. We should take this experiment one step at a time. I see, so that's why he created the twins. To see if he could actually control that power. Or I guess to create a being like similar to that of Chaos. But again, he had only done it with a heterotype mother and not really good specimens. Or I guess test subjects. And revealed his true intentions to Lithos, advancing the Red Tide's evolution aligned perfectly with the whispers from the Ascension Network. Lithos eagerly embraced this mission. Upon reviewing the existing data, Vaughn gave up his pen in contemplation before updating new records on his terminal. Due to the Constellia incident, Chico Kirishima's mind has remained stable. Babylonia obtained more complete data through her elimination. The specific contents remain unknown. It's unclear whether the humans are devising countermeasures, or the increased volume of data simply prolonging the analysis process. The Hetero Tower's manifestation was 1 month later than the previous time, still earlier than initially estimated. Last time its premature appearance might have been due to the humans completing their preparations establishing positioning coordinates. Right, because even back then they were already trying to do something like manipulating time. This time, maybe because Agent Zero's regained full authority. Silver lining is that even after its manifestation, the Hetero Tower still lacks a core, preventing Agent Zero from seizing it. And now, glanced at the time, May 10th. According to the correct timeline, the Grave of Command has been missing for just over a month. The Cradle of Deep Blue project continues to advance, though he has faced numerous failures in the process. Each key discovered is proven imperfect. After repeated tests, only the Grave of Command has proved compatible with his plans. Everyone else has encountered varying degrees of complications. If you were to place this true commander right before him, rescued from the Hetero Tower into the Cradle of Deep Blue, no point in feigning sleep now that you're awake. Wait, what? Oh, am I with him? What the hell? I'm so confused. The final interview. After 7 days of slumber, you struggle to sit. Oh my god, it is me! What the hell? Finally sits close to the bed like an attending physician, saying something on his outdated terminal while keeping wary of every movement through his peripheral vision. Yo, I gotta say, Vonnegut is an interesting character because it's like he's the fusion of two different people. He has information from the future. He has his information as Kilgore Trout, and he also connects with the Ascension Network. Dude, this guy's crazy. No wonder he's definitely one of the big bads of the story. Upon closer inspection, you notice that beneath his coat, he's wearing something different from his usual attire. Looks more like casual homewear. Did you stitch up my wound? How'd I end up at your place? Because of your severe injuries. After leaving the Hetero Tower, people in the clean zone should have found me. There's no clean zone here. You and Lucia retrieved the Hetero Tower's core. Modifying the core and creating the clean zone happened in the previous layer. Naturally, this layer has no clean zone. Previous layer? There's absolutely no intention of explaining further. Every possible exit is sealed up by a force field. Escape seems nearly impossible. Even if there are bullet holes over there. Lucy is still trapped in the fog. Even with the key, you still don't know how to use it. Must extract information from Vonnegut, then find a way to save Lucy and take her out ahead of her tower. Sorry, but I had to check something. Asking directly will make them suspicious. Decided to start with some casual conversation. What time is it now? It's the afternoon of May 10th. 1 month after you fell from the transport craft in the red tide. So I've returned to the past after all. Indeed, and Cradle pulled you to this exact point in time before. Used the rat hole she left behind to ensure your emergence time remained uncontrollable. Wait. Oh, okay. So 1 month after that incident. Shouldn't you be in the Hetero Tower? At this point in time, I haven't entered the tower yet. But you remember what happened. Transferring memories to the Hetero Tower and punishing virus is one of my specialties. Why did you save me? To ensure you're in optimal condition for the next phase of the plan. What will happen to Lucy and me now that the clean zone doesn't exist? You'll likely still enter the tower once you're ready. What about Lee? You will still enter the tower, albeit with a focus on mending the rifts that have appeared alongside it. So the world is relatively safe for now. No crisis has erupted yet? Yeah. But once Agent Zero returns, it becomes impossible to predict which moment in time will be affected. The chaos contamination hasn't spread either. To mention this, Vonnegut's hand freezes for a brief moment. How did you learn about this? From Dominic? Grey Raven Commandant. He repeats your title in a grave tone. Though his head remained lowered and his expression unchanged, his grip on the pen tightens ever so slightly. I suppose even you would consider this situation out of control. Should I tell him about what you glimpsed in your dreams? If I remain silent, this agent certainly won't reveal anything more to me. Those long, agonizing dreams he never once disclosed the chaos contamination to his subordinates. Is that consistently portraying it as an unavoidable phenomenon caused by the Ascension Network and Punishing virus. Well, what he already knows will merely expose your means of acquiring such information, hardly escalating the peril of your predicament as you're already entrenched in the tiger's den. Let me share a secret about myself. About Nemo and Professor Trout, death row inmates merged into his mind. Every event that happened in Ocean's depths, alongside the events involving the core, and the offended tower, shared it all with him. Only after you finish telling this long story that he finally raises his gaze from the antiquated terminal to meet your eyes. Then he thoughtfully lowers his head again to look at the records. These symptoms of yours, they're remarkably similar to the effects of Agent Zero's authority. If there aren't any secrets about you beyond my grasp, then it means you'll eventually merge with Chaos and take the place of Agent Zero. His voice is calm, even with an undercurrent of dejection. Since you already know so much, there's no point in hiding things anymore. If there's anything you want to know, go ahead and ask. If the answer requires a detailed elaboration, you can only ask one question. I have matters to attend to later. You must stay here until you fully recover before departing. 2. You're the one who needs my help right now. If you keep me locked here, I have ways of being uncooperative. Go ahead. First, explain to me what you mean by the previous layer. It refers to different future paths. For instance, in the previous layer, where the Hetero Tower's core was still intact, Lee would modify it after entering the tower. After the core was destroyed, you've taken away, Lee's actions within the tower would change, instead focusing on mending the rifts by paying an equivalent price. The diverging futures of this world are intricately linked to the Hetero Tower. Rather than using the terms like world lines, I prefer to refer to them as layers of the Hetero Tower. Okay, fair. And not using world lines. Nice. Of course, yeah, because don't want to sound like Steins Gate. Even when events are altered through the Hetero Tower, sacrifices and existences of the past don't disappear. They become the foundation leading to the next layer. The Hetero Tower grows ever taller because of this, until it brings about destruction, until the moment of collapse. What will happen if it collapses? The world at the highest layer will remain. Is it possible to return to the previous layer? If both Agent Zero and the core still exist, yes. That's why you must stop Agent Zero from reclaiming the core, even if it means melting the core down. I understand. Now for my next question. What exactly is Dominic's current state? Thank you! One who stands in the light should have more contact with you than I do. You don't know? But you gave me the hint about Dominic's invitation back then. Must know something at least. Dominic's invitation. Huh? Searches through his vast repository of memories spanning countless moments. Briefly checks his terminal before finally understanding which specific item the person on the bed is referring to. Someone capable of leaving you that invitation must possess the ability to perceive beyond their own viewpoint. Logical that they would leave a password only you could remember. And that's just my theory. Is the current Dominic the same one as the one Nemo met? Most likely not. I suspect the real Dominic never escaped the fog. Through some means, Dominic has been continuously sending messages to the successor in this era. So you mean the current Dominic is more like Dominic's successor? Correct. I believe the previous Dominic gave you that invitation so you could become the new Dominic, contain the contained mimetic. I refused back then. Even if as the new successor, there would be little you could do against those determined to break through the data walls to get their hands on Dominic's legacy. Besides, it would mean digitizing your brain, your consciousness. You'd likely require affinity for that, right? Right. And that's why I had them use cloning on you instead. It's only a more dependable technology. Ah, okay. That explains why I actually went through the trouble of that. You mentioned Dominic is in the fog. What exactly is the fog? It's a realm of temporal chaos, created by the Hetero Tower and chaos contamination. To draw a comparison, it resembles the red tide in this world to some extent. The red tide? Or rather, the red tide is a lesser variant of the fog. It can corrupt time and also keep one alive in an incomplete state. Can you imagine a world stripped down to just 2 dimensions, or yourself existing as a 2-dimensional being? Ah, damn. Oh, wow. That would be freaky. So that's the fog. Has anyone ever made it back safely after being swallowed by it? It might be possible with the Hetero Tower's core. I have one more question. You've already asked 2. No matter what, you're gonna sit down and answer me. Go ahead. Ask a personal question. You just mentioned that these symptoms of mine may not become Agent Zero in the future. But you sound quite dejected. Aren't you happy about this? It's a sign your plan has succeeded. Many people prepared for ways to survive the catastrophe. But in the end, only this plan, the one demanding the greatest sacrifices, the most deplorable of them all, succeeded. How boring. So, you knew the plan was deplorable all along. Why didn't you change it? You haven't saved everyone yet. You know your own limitations of what you can't accomplish. So why won't you change your approach? Fair. An agent has their limitations and capabilities. I've tried many of approaches too, repeatedly revising my plans using the Hetero Tower. Ah, great. Let's go. Oh, come on. Upon reviewing the outcomes, among everything within my power, this plan is, in fact, the most considerate of others. If you truly wish to save the future, save the future. I'm not some noble idealist. Besides, as long as the sun continues to rise, the world will always need salvation. You still want to pass through the gateway? That's one of my goals, yes. A plan devoid of life would be too boring. These 2 things aren't mutually exclusive. A plan that tries to accomplish both will demand countless sacrifices. Would Nemo approve of such a plan? I only wish to give that world its final rest. They're not quite dead. Their consciousnesses still struggling at death's door. I found no way to save them. I could not bring the core back there. But Vonnegut's voice remains unchanged. His tone is now tinted with subtle wariness and softness. Nemo? This purpose aligns with the others as well. Why does the contaminated mimetic specifically target 0-point energy? The gateway in the Hetero Tower serves as a shortcut to another gate. Another gate? That lady once told me about another gate, behind which exists a civilization without life. It's recycling what it deems valuable, civilizations that have mastered 0-point energy, and testing them. Those civilizations whose development is deemed unbalanced and incorrect have their data harvested and brought back through the gate, where they're left to evolve on their own. Incorrect civilizations? The Corterian is wherever they can survive the contaminated mimetic's assault. If humanity can learn to control the punishing virus as they do fire, become both a gift and a tool. Ah, so it is a test. It's literally to see if we're worthy of that power, right? Not just of punishing, but of controlling 0-point energy, because it leads to even more possibilities, but it's also that dangerous because of the kind of possibilities it can create. So it's if we can't do this, if we can't survive this, then anything else even further ahead would just be beyond our means, or would probably lead to an even shorter end than what we're doing now in this struggle for survival. To fail the test, yet recklessly utilize 0-point energy is, in the eyes of the gate, incorrect. Why would the gate do this? To preserve the data seeds of civilization. The gate seeks to carry these seeds through the catastrophe of the heat death, allowing them to be reborn when the universe starts anew. You never found me kind, and don't expect any kindness from the civilization either.
Reminds me of like how rewrite kind of works.
No matter the reason, once you set your sights on something too distant and grand, everything in the present becomes expendable.
That's how you see me, humanity. We're just sacrificial pawns to you, aren't we? Means non-committal.
Regardless, I'll ensure Agent Zero's authority remains under human control. Allow her to sacrifice to be reborn to the Red Tide's aid. She will contain the Red Tide within the ocean, carving out the habitable zone for what remains of humanity.
Is this your vision of an ideal world? To have humanity live forever in fear? Suppressed by both the Red Tide and Agent Zero? To live at the mercy of her self-control and kindness? Unable to explore any further? Let all those who sacrifice their lives undergo a twisted rebirth within the Red Tide?
Feel free to disagree, but there are no better options left. I'll soon take you to the sea, where you'll replace the incomplete chaos and solve the problem at its very source. Dominic has failed to find his successor. Babylonia's tech isn't advanced enough to defend itself against Agent Zero. For both you and humanity, I am the only choice left. An ironic situation indeed, but no matter how much hatred you harbor, the only path forward is...
Whoa. What the heck? He has a crack. Is it like the corruption of like how the minds are going out of control within him?
But I could have expected this from you, a disarmed human. Covered by a sharp echo of a slap, the perfectly fitted mask jumps onto his lap. Eat the mask, the face is marred with cracks, as if the bear has long forsaken the effort to mend these wounds.
An agent like you can't even heal wounds on your face?
Wounds? Ah, they're caused by the instability of my mind. Even if I'll heal them, they'll just fester again. No point in wasting effort.
Ah, right. Because he's not even the same person anymore. Does mind instability really manifest on one's face?
This happens when you forget your original face.
Right, because of how many identities he has.
Is it because of the voices mixed in your mind? Or the memory chaos brought by repeatedly experiencing time rewinds? Is that all you want to ask?
I was wondering what that red on the side of his face really was. But damn.
Since you chose to hit me here, it's supposed to be more than just an emotional outburst. Tell me what you want. Care to take a gamble? Take me back to the tower. The Terra Tower's core is with Lucia. Leaving her in the fog isn't what you want. But only let the same tragedy repeat itself. I want you to help me rescue Lucia. Do you realize what this means? It also let Agent Zero out, right? Yeah. I know you have another option. You just don't want to use it. Are you referring to giving the core to Chaos, allowing her to temporarily take over Agent Zero's authority? When did you learn about this option? Actually, I didn't know. I was just trying to get you to talk. Such an option indeed exists, but will make Chaos end up like Cradle, gradually losing control over herself and becoming nothing more than a vessel for Agent Zero. It means a chance to deliver the Hetero Tower's core to the Science Council. I want to finish what Dominic couldn't back then. I understand you're determined to make me merge with Chaos, and Lucia still won't allow it. The gamble will come after Chaos becomes Agent Zero. Is this how you want to choose who gets to decide your fate? You don't have a choice. Even if I fully yield to you at this moment, head to the underwater Cradle slaughterhouse, and allow Cadilla to shape me into a proper key. The issue with the Hetero Tower's core would still remain unsolved, even if I were to become Agent Zero. Unless Lucia is brought back, I won't help you with anything. However, if you do save Lucia, she'll start another endless cycle of time rewinds and battles, fighting relentlessly to get you back. Indeed. So your plan is to have me currently inside the tower pull both Lucia and the tower's core out of the fog. Then hand the core to Chaos, kill Cradle when she catches up, let Chaos take over Agent Zero's authority, even if it won't last long. You win, I'll convince Lucia to leave with the core on her own, and I'll monitor Chaos. There's a major variable in your plan. What? Even if you win all your gambles, a battle with Agent Zero will certainly cause the Hetero Tower to collapse again. The time you and Lucy arrive at, after leaving the tower, will become even more uncertain. Even the anchor point she left on May 3rd will be erased. What if you end up in a desolate time or world, and the Hetero Tower's ongoing collapse makes it impossible for you to return? There's another thing. The eye inside the tower, after enduring prolonged torture, must have depleted all reserves of composure. If I'm not completely broken down by then, that means I'll act on the more volatile side. It's bound to be an unsavory battle. But right now, you still have the power to change time and receive information from the future. Why not take the gamble here and now, instead of dealing with me being completely uncooperative? Alongside silent contemplation, Vonnegut speaks in a tone unlike his own. Sure. You're agreeing to this? Yes. I've also been wondering what it would be like if Dominic's original plan had succeeded. Even if it fails, let's consider it a necessary setback. Nemo. But you must understand this. If Chaos fails to hold on, you remain unable to find a way out. Even time rewind will have repercussions. At that point, you absolutely cannot evade sacrifice any longer. Otherwise, this world will spiral into the same predicament, more toward inevitable destruction again. Alright, if it really comes down to it, I won't evade sacrifice. I promise. I'll stake my life on it. Your life? Back then, everyone who entrusted their lives to me thought the same way. You all just want to trade your lives away like currency, make your graceful escape from the suffering. The sneer troubles were lingering through resentment, but the sacrifice I speak of is to forever live on, with time as your only companion, witnessing everyone's departure, yet remembered by none. If after all the struggles, that is still the only possible ending, I'll accept whatever cards fate deals me. Damn, this is really cool. Cradle is just this dangerous of a person with the Hetero Tower core. It's like, I actually have to team up with Vonnegut. And actually making this huge ass gamble. There's just too many risks. I see, so this is probably where it's like, that's a reason for why I would have to fight Vonnegut, right? To get that version of him to actually cooperate with us. That is so cool. Two more days pass, and last year Bonnie's fully recovered. Oh, God damn it, not again. I can't tell if it's like my remote that's the problem or the cord that's the problem. Got to do something about this. Maybe I will have to buy another cord again. I hope not, because this thing is asking me for use already. When Nirvana gets a watchful gaze, you step into the Crimson Hetero Tower once more. Alone, dodging hetero creatures and red tide within the Hetero Tower, you finally return to the starting point after a long, grueling journey. Before you stands the same silhouette marked with wounds. You're back. How was Chaos doing? I've managed to repair much of her damage. It's the outside Vonnegut said. Vonnegut here will surely repair Chaos. Side footsteps approach, looking Looking down, you see the doll's face still wearing that unchanging expression. Chaos. Are you alright? She nods gently, bent down to meet her gaze. For the first time, those once vacant eyes now show a glimmer of emotion.
Why did you come back? Are you still going to do this? Have you still made the same choice? I can hold on a bit longer. There's no rush to decide now. Agent Zero hasn't come back yet.
No, I haven't given up. I came back because I have a new plan. A new plan? While fending out the spikes, one of your keenly catches your whispered words. What are you planning?
The gamble.
Very well. I'll take the gamble. The Hetero Tower's core remaining in the fog is indeed a risk. But regardless of the outcome, I'll leave and stop standing guard before this rift.
But if you lose?
He has his gaze lowered, whether from wariness or reluctance to meet your eye. You can't tell.
At least I fought with everything I have.
Besides, victory or defeat won't be determined until our battle reaches its end. Chaos raises her gaze momentarily, as if a sudden recollection strikes. Her already dim pupils retreat back into a hollow abyss.
Are you sure about this?
You don't trust me?
That's not it. So you defeat Vaughn again. I gain Agent Zero's authority. Then what? The problem remains unsolved. The mission bound to that authority will corrupt me in return. I'll lose myself just like Cradle did. If I can suppress it for now, one day eventually.
Before that day comes, I'll return with a solution. We hit the core, and all this intel just to work with. Asimov, over the construct squads, and Babylonia. All I need to do now is bring the core back and buy time for everyone. Now that a decision has been made, there should be a sense of urgency. Agent Zero might return at any given moment. Using the bridge across dreams won't just help us find Lucia, but also let Cradle track us down. Keep dawdling like this and your absurd plan will be dead in the water before you can even test it. The hero outside Hetero Tower have already said the same thing. Let's get started then. Leave his urgent pressing rest and unvoiced truth, but elusive listeners notice entirely. Right before him trembles ever so faintly as countless indistinct whispers echo through the space like murmurs from a haunting nightmare. In this gray, hazy realm, a faint buzzing sound persists. Last remaining proof that Lucy is still alive. She no longer cares to count the years she has endured. Her body and memory is now worn ragged by the ceaseless erosion of time. Running has lost all meaning. No matter how far she pushes forward, the scenery around her remains forever unchanged. The faint glimmer of hope lies eternally out of reach. Perhaps it was nothing but a false allure from the very beginning. Feet of running slowly coming to a halt. Lucia collapses. Her eyes now nearly melded with the fog. Stay locked on the trending cube clasped in her hand. The buzzing noise cuts off abruptly, where for the last trace of discord its deathly silence vanishes. In this eternity, she finally accepts the future she's long since foreseen.
I'm sorry.
Voice dissipating into the fog, leaving only the silent movement of her lips.
I've hidden too many things about both the choice and the price for using the key.
She speaks those words to herself in silence.
At least, let me keep our final promise. See you one last time.
As she she speaks to herself, the port at the back of her neck opens, exposing the circuits that connect to her frame's core. I really want to return to you and everyone. Key emits another solitary buzz as Lucy, with unwavering determination, guides it toward the port. No matter what, I'll keep my promise and return this core to you. Over her head, she places her hand over her chest, fingers delicately tracing the gray Raven emblem. Sound off to her companions. You'll all survive this. I promise. A luminous glow envelops her form as the power of the key surges through every part of Pyro frame. The perpetually quiet fog at last breaks its silence. Lucy raises her head, clenching her fist and pressing it firmly against the emblem, sharing a long-distance fist bump with her fellow Grey Ravens, whom she hasn't seen for so long. And this price, I alone will pay for it. As if responding to her resolve, a rift suddenly emerges amid the surging fog.
ここが出口。性質は異獣強盗と似ている。機能も同じ。ただここの方がより橋に近い。これが私たちのルール。私たちの安全区域。あなたに残せるもの。私たちの遺書。
にもこの世界から離れ0号代行者を徹底的に消せる方法を探してほしい。
Wait, how in the heck am I supposed to... I want to test it. Oh, okay, okay. I have to jump then dash. I see. Gotcha.
頼む。まだ破壊が及んでいない世界を救ってくれ。生きることを望む人々を救うんだ。
私たちのことは忘れて助けようなんて考えないで。時間を巻き戻すチャンスを私たちのために使ってはダメ。
Ah, damn. Yeah, I have to jump from here probably, don't I? No, damn it! Fuck. Okay, there we go. Oh, shit! Damn it! I fucked it up. Okay, so I was right that this is how I'm supposed to do it. No! This is gonna be annoying. Seriously, why is it even that I'm supposed to do the jumping movement? Damn, I have to make it to that corner specifically because that other thing is just like fake. No! Fuck, I messed up the angle. That is actually gonna be a fucking annoying as hell. Can I not do double jumps, man? Like, come on. No! I pressed it! Seriously, this fucking sucks. Oh, okay, here we go. There we go, finally.
あなたたちが決めたルールがここを守っているんですね。ですが、すいません。押し通らせてもらいます。行け！それ！カラスバのように輝い、黎明のように貫け！く 紅のように咲き乱れろ。これ以上の戦闘は無意味。離脱します。この橋、まるで亡骸でできているような。
ドミニクは去った。彼は準備しなければ、私たちの英雄として。
前へ進め、にも。贖罪を望むのなら、父の最後の願いを遂げるんだ。それは私たちの願いでもある。
私はここに残るしかない。出口は下だ。
この橋は私を拒絶している。急がなければ。指揮官、私やっと。
Tremor shuddered through the air as Vonnegut lowers his hands, maintaining the force field. Not a writ to stir before everyone. Your heartbeat quickens and you instinctively move a step ahead. Step forward, a figure tumbles out from within, taking several unsteady steps before barely regaining her balance. Its familiar eyes appear veiled by a gray haze, gaze shifting aimlessly until finally settling upon you. Throwing the ache in your heart, you dash forward without hesitation, firmly support the faltering Lucia with both hands. Her frame shows barely any external damage as a relief begins to set in, and inexplicable ease suddenly wells up inside you. The ease stems from Lucia's silence and the uncertain state of her mind. As an instant, her eyes lock onto your face as the haze veiling her gaze gradually fades away. As if holding a bridge light, she stares in a daze, her lips trembling, now bright eyes reflecting the hope she holds dear. Lucia. Before you can call out again, you sense a sudden weight in your arms as Lucia envelops you in a tight embrace. As a sign of prolonged solitude and countless unspoken words, she embraces long-lost one, clutching tightly onto the one to whom her heart belongs. All the suppressed grief and confusion vanishes like mist. Or reunion strips away her shell of numbness. At your touch, Lucia trembles ever so slightly. I'm alright. Thanks to you and Lee, the situation at the head of her tower hasn't spread any further. She remains silent, simply tightening her embrace. Her murmur of acknowledgement is barely audible, a mere whisper in the air. Lucia? Commandant. Voice emerges muffled but steadier now. Lucia scrutinizes the person before, as if absorbing every familiar detail she once knew all too well. Yes, Commandant. Voice grows steadier with each word. As her unease melts away, and Lucia lifts her hand once more. Lucia. Santos. Welcome back. Breaks to a smile and responds to another fleeting embrace. So briefly you only catch the sound of her voice echoing softly by your ear. Glad to be back. Sets back into the embrace. After meticulously checking your whole body, she clenches her fist against a wry smile. Watching Lucia recover, her pyro frame appears pristine on the surface, as though denying it's been under considerable strain. Earlier unease creeps back into you. Lucia, instantly sensing your concern, takes the initiative. My frame is functioning normally. As for my mind, there are no deviation warnings detected. While readings are normal, your mind displays no sign of deviation. Just as Lucia said, under considerable strain, her frame shows no serious issues. But why? For 30 years of combat, plus the life and death escape from the fog, shows no serious issues at all. Ominous feeling creeps in as everything before you is but a fragile dream ready to shatter. Fingertips grow cold, a chill of anxiety creeping in, but then Lucy's hand finds yours, pushing back the cold. I'll be fine, Commander. There's a softness of hiding something before you can grasp this fleeting moment of doubt. Thoughts are interrupted by movement nearby. She's coming back too. Lucia, wait! We need to help Chaos. Let's kill Creedle first. You can give her the core. The moment of silence, Lucia nods, fixing a piercing gaze upon Vonnegut. This is a gamble. Disagrees, a fight between us is inevitable. This plan is our best bet for now. Got it. The plan laid clear and intelligence complete. Even though it's a gamble, Lucia no longer hesitates. She to her frame and pulls out the key, saying toward Chaos. Right at that moment, Chris shattering a deep howl echo simultaneous. Watch out! A cold glint slices through the air as razor-sharp blades forged from the red tide glide to the ground. Well, well, we finally meet again. You guys certainly weren't easy to find. Isn't it about time you give up? These futile struggles only make your life read like a tedious, wearisome novel. Commander, stay back. We're still continuing like this. Rid of the fish. Visible impact brings it past her ear, taking over a few strands of her long hair. In here, I thought you'd keep watching for the sidelines. It's Monica's body as it continues to heal. Must have been quite painful for you these days. Yet you still help them. Don't tell me you're working together now. Frown was a sudden realization, the red tide around her begins to warm in response. Her smile fades and her eyes narrow. Excellent. This way we might just write ourselves a nice clean ending. Despite the reef's resilience, when faced with the relentless tides, it will eventually yield. For declaration, the towering red tide goes crashing down with thunder's force.
必要であれば私も助力します。現在我々には共通の敵が存在します。
また仲間の亡骸を踏み台にするのだ。行け！今回はどなたが主人公なのでしょう。それ！当たれ！カラスバの共に咲き誇りましょう。当たれ！集え！暁の光！翼よ羽ばたけ！当たれ！カラスバのようにか翼よ！集中してください。 どなたが主人公なのでしょう。それ、行け、集え暁の光、翼よ羽ばたけ。
集中してください。
今回はどなたが主人公なのでしょう。行け、それ、当たれ、先に下がってください。黎明のように貫け。
後ろに注意。
あなたたちの物語に触れたい。
集中してください。
それ、集え暁の光、翼よ羽ばたけ。当たれ、そちらはまだ準備不足です。この体。
Damn. I almost had it, but I gotta do better. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, hopefully I can do better.
.必要であれば現在我々には共通の敵が存在します。
また仲間の亡骸を踏み台にするのですか、ニモ。今回はどなたが主人公なのでしょう。集え暁の光、
後ろに注意。
カラスバのように輝く、黎明のように貫け。翼よ羽ばたけ。物語を抹消します。それ、
後ろに注意。
集え暁の光。今回はどなたが主人公なのでしょう。行け、当たれ、集え暁の光、翼よ羽ばたけ。物語を抹消します。
集中してください。
当たれ、それ、当たれ、集え暁の光、翼よ羽ばたけ。黎明のように貫く。あなたたちの物語に触れたい。当たれ、
集中してください。
集え暁の光、それ、翼よ羽ばたけ。
集中してください。
今回はどなたが主人公なのでしょう。それ、行け、共に咲き誇りましょう。先に下がってください。集え、
後ろに注意を。
カラスバのように翼よ羽ばたけ。当たれ、 翼よ羽ばたけ。
後ろに注意を。
そちらはまだ準備不足です。この体を破壊できても。
Damn. No, I need to do this. I almost had it. Bro. Like seriously, I was almost at the end. It's just that extra shield that she gives herself. I just need to somehow get through that.
"必要であれば私も現在我々には共通の敵が存在します。
また仲間の亡骸を踏み台にするのですか。黎明のように。
カイル
物語を抹消します。当たれ。
後ろに注意を。
今回はどなたが主人公なのでしょう。当たれ。行け。翼よ羽ばたけ。それ。カラスバのように輝け。翼よ。
後ろに注意を。
物語を抹消します。当たれ。行け。
後ろに注意を。
今回はどなたが主人公なのでしょう。翼よ。
カイル
当たれ。行け。あなたたちの物語に触れたい。当たれ。共に咲き誇りましょう。集え。あ、
集中してください。
行け。当たれ。カラスバのように輝いて。
カイル
翼よ羽ばたけ。今回はどう。
後ろに注意を。
当たれ。それ。集っ。
カイル
行け。翼よ羽ばたけ。
集中してくださ
カラスバのように輝いて。黎明のように貫け。それ。今回はい
集中してください。
行け。翼よ羽ばたけ。失敗したのはコレドールだけですか。
Okay. What? I didn't get one? What the fuck? What do you mean? I won! Oh. I don't need... Does that mean I'm supposed to do it without having them help? Oh, fucking bitch. That's gonna be annoying. I'll just leave it as it is. I got what I needed. Fuck it. Still moving on. Welcome to the new world. No matter how many times they change his face, seal, defeat Vonnegut. Oh, boy. Okay, let's see what I can do this time. You figure your son's finally against the tower wall. His fine line spread out like a spider's web, accompanied by the faint sound of fracturing. See ya. The guttural moan escapes the throat as Kratos' composed demeanor crumbles, because it blaze with hatred as you see charges toward him. Raise her hand to summon the red tide, never force immediately intervene, starting it down. Red tide out of the way, Lucy's blade cuts cleanly through cradle. Tremendous force, letting her barely maintained form crashing down. You
Worthless, rotten wood. Why can't you just obey my orders?
Not incoherently, Grado rises back to her feet, standing in the midst of splashing red tide around her.
Don't let her catch her breath.
Nearly imperceptible. No. Lucy raises her blade and charges at her target again. Chaos simultaneously unleashes all her power. Instead of retreating, Grado charges forward to meet them head on, attempting another clash. But in that instant, some force fields flicker into existence, intersecting to form a barrier that locks Grado in place. The timing is so impeccable that Grado has no chance to alter her course or even attempt to escape.
Vaughn.
Blade drives through, his gold edge slicing clean and final. Grado's unfinished grind dies in a drought as their life force flickers and fades away like a candle snuffed out in a single breath. Grado moves her hand, face contorted with agony. Seeing this, Lucy exerts more force, driving her blade another inch deeper without hesitation.
This is the ending you deserve.
Regarding Lucy's movement, Grado keeps her head held high, stare penetrating both Lucy and the head of her tower. Her pupils gradually lose their sharpness, a spark of obsession spark within them.
Ending? Why?
On that day, she wandered through a desolate land, where the same confusion in her heart. Ground covered in dust and sand was dotted with rubber gravestones. The human whom she calls the Curse Quellers made their final choice.
Why give up at the moment right before getting everything? In the end, I still can't understand anything.
Whose memories are these? Original Kratos? Wildest now of all times.
Who cares?
Come back to her senses, she looks at Lucia's grave expression and slowly breaks into a smile. Contorted features, a smile appears both serene and maniacal.
The ending I deserve. Say, Lucia, did you know? Humans have many time-tested rules when writing stories. And one of them is, a major character's exit should never be mundane.
Watch out! But even faster than your crowd conscious, Kratos' body begins its transformation. Words cut off abruptly, followed by a deafening roar as Kratos' small frame erupts to terrifying force.
Commandant.
When the explosion's epicenter, Lucia sent flying back from metal glass. She threw cascading debris before her leg thrusters activate just in time to stabilize her mid-air. Heterotar refuses to seize its tremors. Zygate's Vonnegut outside set. Burning fuses, cracks spread rapidly across every surface, causing an inevitable collapse. Amidst the relentless turmoil, Chaos leaps into the red tide with the core in her arms. The body already beginning to dissolve. Chaos! Come to a stop at the shore where she vanished, Lucia laying beside you. Together you both look out at the red tide as countless crimson butterflies commanded by Kratos glide into the depths, fish returning home. Meanwhile, Vonnegut already stands ready at the edge of the red tide, channeling all his power to help maintain Chaos's form. Persistent tremors pound like war drums, cause the red tide beneath the ancient turn on. 1 minute, 2 minutes. A second of waiting feels unbearable as the collapse continues. Just as hope teeters on the edge of despair, magnificent crimson mist rains down from above. So your hands reaches out, grasping Vonnegut in them. Wings rise from the red tide, bearing countless eyes. Taking aloft a shattered consciousness. What's this? Chaos. Offers no response. Success proclaimed through this eternal silence. The form grows to match Kratos' size. The tears eternally streaming down her pale cheek as none can fathom the agony and torment she endures. This step is completed. Just face the two behind her. Before I can make a move, Lucia's eyes flash with a sudden realization. After the motion, she draws her blade and points at the agent's figure. No need for such alarm. I haven't stooped so low as to prey on the vulnerable.
I suppose that courtesy only extends to Commandant, whom you still find useful.
Willing to pursue this fatal argument further, Vonnegut's gaze moves past Lucia to focus on you.
Merging with Chaos is your best option now. The explosion triggered by Agent Zero has left the Hetero Tower on the brink of collapse. This is a revenge. I believe you understand what the consequences will be. I won't give up the chance to fight my way out. We have other options. Humanity still has a chance to turn the tide.
In a moment's silence, Vonnegut shakes his head with evident weariness.
So in the end, force is what it takes to reach an agreement. You think that Caesar's cycles of struggle have clouded my judgment? I stand, it appears you too are blinded by past triumphs, oblivious to the true crisis at hand. Grips against his shoulder as a golden light plays from his palm, over the core level of the head of the tower. Let the survivor be the judge of right and wrong. Tremors temporarily hold under Agent Zero's command, while a magnificent barrage created by the force field emerges around you. Our battle need not leave more scars upon the head of her tower. Oh shit, here we go, the real boss fight. Probably gonna be my greatest challenger. I do remember that he does have a dangerous mode, like he transforms into, that it's like, it could kill me in one hit, potentially. I don't remember much of that video, so I'm gonna do this just from watching. It's time for the greatest showdown. He's even more dangerous and insane than Auto Apocalypse was. This ain't gonna be good. Nope. First, gotta set this up. Wait, did he just counter me? Oh my god, he can send me by one. Oh shit. He said he can ride a wave? But that's Lamia's move. Bitch. You're back to you, I don't really have to use. Nope. Oh no. What the fuck was that? He killed me with a combo. Oh my god. Great, so now we can do what Watanabe's uncle did for like those combo moves, but it does even more devastating damage. Terrific. So I just gotta get away from that combo as a whole. That is not gonna be an easy task. That's something good. Okay, I do know those are the fingers too. Oh shit. Nope. I guess the bad thing is still already took damage. Damn, he still just take 10% of his health? Dude. Nope. Oh, I just narrowly dodged it just because I was in front. Oh! Oh, okay, so we gotta be in the right place too. Great. Oh, great. Use his force field again. So we gotta find a way past that shit too. Oh shit. Okay, so that's what happens if I try to for that. No. Okay, I didn't get the plan. Let's go. Nope. Oh no. What's he doing? No! Stop it! You're not Gilgamesh, bro! What is that a countdown? I don't like this already. Ah, great. So I guess there's like different endings depending on like what happens, if I win or if I lose or something. Great. That is not gonna be easy. I'm guessing that wasn't his undying state then. Great. This is not gonna be good. Damn, I still got this sucks. Okay, so I can kind of like dodge that pretty easily. Nope.
暁の光翼よ羽ばたけ
Oh my god, I'm already like half. This is even worse than that last attack I had.
行け
Nope, nope.
先に下
Oh
がっ
my
てくださ
god, I
い
got hit by it. Great. I thought I dashed past it. Yeah, this is gonna be a very tough fight. Okay.
集え暁の光
無意味です。
行け
Nope.
当たれそれ
Nope.
当たれ
Nope.
使い
What?
だ。何も変わらない。
Oh, damn. So I can't. It doesn't create the invincibility frames that I would want to just like maneuver past it. Okay, so I just should stop attacking there. Okay. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case. I thought I would get invincibility frames for doing that, but maybe I need to have it done when I do my ult or something instead.
集え暁の光
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be my challenge.
無意味です。
What? Okay, how am I supposed to... Is my only way to dodge forward? Or, I mean, dodge to the side, then? Because it seems like it's being pretty iffy about whether I'm actually dodging when I'm in front of him or not. But again, I guess it depends on the range. I'll have to see. I'll have to do some more tests for that.
集え暁の光
無意味です。
What? Wait, do I have to press dodge as he's summoning the cube? Because then, by then, it only goes in that direction? Because otherwise, it's like... I'm gonna have to risk on the gamble of being able to dodge through the front. Again, that's gonna take some quick reaction time for
集
that
え
shit.
暁の光
無意味です。
No, 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 no. Oh, okay, it is.
近いです。
Oh,
何も変わらない。
Not that close to me.
行け集え暁の光翼よ羽ばたけ
Okay, at least I dodged that. No, great. I just did even worse. Again, I just need to remember it as like I can't hit him through that. At least I know I can't dodge the cubes by going sideways. I just need to time it at that one particular moment.
集
It's
え
like regardless,
暁の光
I can't avoid that first time of some of
無
the
意味です。近いです。何も
Dude,
変わら
don't
ない。
lie on me. I dodged at the right time, bro.
当たれ
Nope. I moved! Bitch!
集
Don't lie
え
to me.
暁の光
I actually did dodge that.
翼よ羽
They're
ば
just
たけ
trying to piss me off. Maybe hit them. Oh, I see. So I can only break them with the corresponding colors.
行けそれ
無意味です。
Nope. Nope.
集え暁の光
Yes. Okay.
それ翼よ羽ばたけ
Okay, got past that. At least I can use this state to take advantage of the situation. Oh shit.
当たれそれ
Nope. Nope. Nope.
近いです。
Oh.
何も変わらない。
先に下がってください
Okay, that really does suck. I just need to do better with my timing of certain moves. This also doesn't help that right now this remote is just being a bit shit with the trigger buttons too. Otherwise I'd be having it more responsive.
集え暁の光
無意味です。 機械で何も変わらない。
Ah, great. Okay, I see. So when I'm in that uppercut, when I get hit by that uppercut, I'm basically done for. So once he does the first slash, I can deflect that, but the second one, I can't. Because I tried dodging there too, but it doesn't let me. That or I'm still in his range, so I can't really dodge it. By now. What? No, I pressed it, bitch. Just must have been a bit slower. Because again, I don't want to fail. I actually want to win this. It shouldn't be this hard just to get through 25%. But I guess also because I'm still kind of like a bit unfamiliar with how this range works. Because otherwise it's like, am I doing this bad? At least not bad. Once again. Yeah, so with this one, I want to hit with Y, then dodge. Oh. Nope. Okay, yes. Nope. Nope. Oh. There we go. There we go. Yes. Come on. Damn, I actually did get hit there. Okay, here we go. Yeah, now it's this next one. Oh, it can be parried. Wait, you select it. Oh, I tried parrying that. Oh, I can. Okay, that is cool. I don't think I can just block everything. Okay, that at least makes that a bit better. But maybe it's like I can't block those cues. Because otherwise it's like I should have just been able to dodge that. Oh shit, shit, shit! Oh. Here we go. Nope. Nope. Again. Oh, there we go. Ah, shit. This must be this thing. Oh, no. Oh, don't tell me I have to fight while in the air, please. I'm not ready for this. Okay, never mind. Good. I guess it does kind of hurt it.
試行錯誤の末にようやくこの計画を作り出しました。多少犠牲は伴います。この計画がなければさらに結果は凄惨になる。
私たちの犠牲ありきの計画など絶対に許さない。
Oh, come on, bro. Oh shit! Nope, nope. Nope. Damn. This is something I lost health.
目的地は同じであるべき。
敵が同じでも求める未来が違います。
I can barely dodge this shit. What the hell? Oh my god. So annoying! I can't even move up or down!
Boy.
どんな代償を払っても必ず約束を守ります。
Oh, we in the past? Oh my god, we traveled to Kellogg. Oh, it's the past. Cool.
もう終わりにしましょう。集え、暁の光。
Okay, now he's more dangerous. He's in his undying state. Perfect. Oh my god, he actually looks badass. Oh, come on, dude. You just had to put up the Riz, bro. Not cool. Break attacks don't work. Break whenever possible. What? Odd. Exactly explaining what I'm doing. Oh, great. Oh, okay, so I can parry this thing. Nope. Oh my god, I took a fuck. Holy shit, this video. Nope. Nope. Switch. Hurry. Yes. Nope. Please. Go! Nope. Nope, please. Nope. Nope. And? Let's go! No! That was the worst time possible! No! No! Damn! I'm gonna have to accept this. Fuck my life, dude. I had him! I had him! Y'all saw that shit! He was at the end of his ropes! I can't believe he did me like that. Oh, so I can't block that. Okay, that was break attack here. Switch. Oh wait, that. Let's go. Quick, Andy, over quickly. Nope. Oh no, what's he doing? Nope. Nope, quickly. Oh no, was he invincible? Oh, I was in range, stupid. So dumb. Nope. Okay. I still have it, I still have it, I still have it. Yeah, I figured to try something. Damn, he has a lot more defensive attacks, I will say that. Oh. No. Fuck. Nope. Damn it! Just from carelessness of my dodges. Fuck. Well, I'll accept what they're doing with this, because it's the story, so I can guarantee I'll be a win. Yeah. Defeat Vonnegut and Undying. Wait, but didn't I do that? Or does it mean just do it without any deaths? No matter how many times. I guess that one is like I'm supposed to die to him, I guess? Like just lose like in that first part? I don't know. Okay. I mean, there still is that boss fight that I can just do for fun, so it's like I'll definitely be doing that. Damn, man. Dude, I was so close to getting to a lot of the part without dying once. I don't think I actually could have done that with like how much the new stuff was showing up and with me forgetting what the trailer had told me about this fight. But I could have at least only had one death, not fucking 3. Whatever. The agent's hand gradually lowered to his sides. They can no longer fight despite pursuing relentlessly, as if chasing down a sworn enemy who was toward them for years, trying to fight to the bitter end. His form scarcely resembling a human now, wrestles against the spikes piercing through him, as he strains to produce fragmented words. I must warn you again. Merging with chaos is the only stable solution. I guess you still won't listen. You insist on this path. You truly believe that you are right. Then go. Leave the Hedera Tower. The rifts and collapse within the Hedera Tower. Chaos and I will handle them. Take the core with you. Chaos will do her best to keep the exit open. Falls silent for several seconds at the collapsing Hedera Tower, as if he can barely muster the strength for his final words. But remember, the Hedera Tower's collapse has become far too severe. Chaos and I will seal off the entire tower, no matter what. Unless you return with results, I will never let you enter again. I'll find a way to solve the Hedera Tower's crisis. I promise. When that time comes, I will release you from your burden. Was there a nearly mocking sneer devoid of any hope, as if saying that he'll be dead long before that? Farewell. Next time we meet, we'll likely be true enemies. Separate that, I'm back. I'll return before that happens. She hands over the key containing the Hedera Tower's core. I'd like the Vonnegut side waving goodbye. Go now, but the collapse hasn't sealed off all paths. Lucia, let's go. Yep. Chaos watches as the two take each other's hands and dash towards the treacherous shortcut. Only after the two silhouettes racing towards her vanish in the distance does she lower her head, turning to face the dying agent beside her. If you had taken Lucia out of the Hedera Tower before starting the fight, you would have won without even raising your blade. Why didn't you do it? Leaving the Hedera Tower unguarded will only make things more dangerous. Is that all? Perhaps. I'm just tired. I hope those two can prove themselves right, so I can finally be freed from this endless cycle. You won't find freedom. I need you to help me stay conscious a while longer. To high concentration of the punishing virus, Chaos hovers before Vonnegut, spreading arms to signal her next move. I trust that when you chose to have the fight inside the tower, you're ready to become a Hedera creature. Yes, of course. Every sardonic laugh escapes from Bonnie's lips. Since I've been left behind. Let's go to hell together. Haven't we been in hell all along? Undying hatred in her heart, she embraced the agent's battered body. She bestows upon him both a prolonged death sentence and her unbroken existence. At her tower, Tita's on the brink of collapse, finally shaky as countless walls crumble in succession, as if years of suffering are finally being obliterated along with it. Every obstacle ahead crumbles to dust. After the endless torment, the path toward hope unexpectedly lies clear and obstructed. Going home. Going home. Turn everything once familiar back to the peaceful life you used to have. His footsteps match yours to uncanny harmony. The sound of your steps on the ground resonating like two hearts beating as one. Sprinting alongside her on this long path as if death had never been following you, you once more near the exit of the Hetero Tower. We made it! At last, your never-ending odyssey reaches its conclusion, the light shining ahead. The enemies are subdued and your injuries are minimal, nearly unscathed, much like when you first arrived. All you need is securely tucked away in your tactical pocket. Core to Hetero Tower, the amassed intel, and every resource to aid your onward journey. Near beside you stands Lucia, holding her hand so tightly as if she intends never to let go for the rest of her life. This very moment, the never-ending night finally gives way to dawn. We're home. Yes, let's go, Commandant. Behind you, countless armed ships crumble into nothing, and ahead of you lies everything. The area of pressure at Hetero Tower fades away from your being. Maybe now, having finally escaped, you can at last lower your guard, and with it the rush of exhaustion hits you. It's finally over. The long forgotten wind feels oddly foreign now. The familiar warmth beside you remains unchanged. Turn around to call Lucia's name, you can express your joy just like you would always do after every mission before. But the name dies on your lips. Lucia? Huh? The hand holding yours suddenly loosens its grip. The quivered flagpole giving way, Lucia crumbles to one knee. Warmth dissipates at an alarming rate as countless cracks and corrosion marks spread across her frame. Once indomitable form within the Hetero Tower now disintegrates, smearing the collapse of the tower itself, falling apart in a mere moment. Lucia! Well? You quickly extend your hand toward her, but the mere effort of lifting her shattered arm is drained what little strength she had left. Seeing this, you waste no time grabbing her hand, doing your best to help steady her body. Here, lean on me. That moment, her space exposed the megacore visibly dims before your eyes, beginning to break apart. Signally reached out, trying to catch the falling fragments, only to see them dissolve into nothingness at your fingertips. What's going on? Struggled to lift Lucia's immobilized body, searching frantically for a way to help her. Eyes all around, panic rising. Suddenly you notice it. Something else is wrong. Something off about the world around you. Endless ruins sprawl across the vast wasteland. Crimson specks drift through dusty air like embers burning through a curtain. It's like a painful reality in your eyes. This landscape is nothing like what you have seen before. The readings on your virus detector fluctuate wildly before sitting at an impossibly high level. Yeah, because where's the clean zone? What is this place? Doesn't matter where. Clutches onto you like a drowning person grasping a driftwood, forcing yourself to stand once more. The battle-worn pyro-katana flickers like a candle in the wind. It remains planted in the ground. As a support, Lucia pushes away for you, helping staggers forward. Like a drowning person clawing their way out of death's depths. Just as she once rose from the red tide after witnessing your death. I have to leave now. The punishing concentration here is too high. The Omega Core is... Right. Let's go! Hang in there. We'll find you help. It'll be fine. She turns back to look at you. Her eyes carrying a feeble smile, but this attempt at encouragement only makes her gaze unbearable to witness. Anxiety ferments into panic, drawing wildly in your heart. Can we really find help now? What if you end up in a desolate time, a world, where the Hetero Tower's ongoing collapse makes it impossible for you to return? A warning from the past that wasn't yours once again. The strange doubts you once felt now tear mercilessly at your heart. How did it come to this? Is it because of the tower? The strand of pyro frame? It shouldn't be like this. As if sensing your inner turmoil, Lucy raises her trembling hand and gently pats your shoulder. Commander, must get out of here. And just 2 more steps before halting, desperately using her weapon as a crutch. Lean on me. She nods. Though she's supposed to rely on you for support, she keeps pushing you forward instead. She'd never let you remain in danger, no matter what the cost might be. A sharp pain twists in your chest as a metallic taste of blood spreads through your mouth. Back then, you left the core with Lucia to prevent her from getting lost in the fog. Forced Veronica to use the bridge across streams to get her out. But a few choices available, just the path with the most promise. Yet why did everything still turn out like this? Time flows differently inside the Inverheader Tower compared to outside. That shining glimmer of hope dissolves like a mirage crumbling into nothingness. Time. The time inside the Header Tower? Despite the power of perfection, it cannot possibly endure the ceaseless battles and relentless strain of the Omega Core. After emerging from the fog, her apparent normalcy wasn't genuine. Repercussions were merely postponed by the Header Tower and the... Ah, shit! Right, because time doesn't flow normally there. But now all that exhaustion has finally caught up with her. But you left the tower. You hadn't left the tower this entire time. Once you left the Header Tower, without realizing, Lucia gradually falls behind you, fully preparing to guard the rear. Her hand continues to push you forward step by step. Lucia, stop pushing my hand away! Force from your back disappears, though it was already barely noticeable to begin with. Once more, she holds up your palm, time grasping your hand with all her remaining strength. With damaged frame, she struggles to close that small distance between you. You promise? Let's go together. Until we find help. Until you're safe. Let's go together. You and I. Supporting each other, Lucy and you begin your long trek through the desolate ruins. Dying construct on one side, slightly wounded but corrupted human on the other. You call out in search, trudging through endless stretches of wreckage only to find no signs of life. From noon until nightfall you walk, stealing brief moments of rest as you lean on each other, then press on under the bright moonlight until dawn breaks anew. It's a blessing to have her by your side, just as it is for her to have you by hers. Alone, either of you would surely perish. However, Lucy's remaining energy drains away with each helpless step. She grows ever more silent, gaze always fixed either on the path ahead or on you. All that remains for her seems to be an endless torment. Wounds that won't heal, agony that never ceases. As long as she maintains consciousness, every moment becomes another suffering to endure. You ask Lucia several times if she wants to shut down her pain module. The answer remains unchanged. Firm refusal. She needs the pain to maintain her sense of self. Reduce the strain on your consciousness that's connected to hers. Framed beyond repairing, disturbance in her mind now would only exacerbate the situation. Lucia tries not to become a burden. All you can do is cling to this faint glimmer of hope and keep moving forward. On a broken road sign, you stumble into a desolate town. There might be something useful here. Or we might find survivors. When the body aches with exhaustion, like nearly numb in the bitter wind, yet the unrelenting pain in your chest drives you outward. Just your countless abandoned homes, defeat the header creatures prowling nearby, leap forward to wandering shadows. And all that you've discovered is futile. Expired canned food, deteriorated electronic components, depleted vials of serum. It's not until you pass through the town center and enter a hospital that you finally stumble upon a communications transceiver. To all survivors who can receive this transmission, the punishing virus is spreading across the surface. Your current location is not safe. Contact the nearest base or support force unit without delay. Be able to switch frequencies, transmit 3 short, 3 long, and 3 short signals on this channel. There's no monitoring this frequency, will pinpoint your location as soon as possible. I repeat, to all, at your 10th attempt to receive the frequency, the broadcast disappears. This is Emma Copperfield of the ARU Support Force. We located your position. Please remain safe and conserve your stamina. Repeat, this is Emma Copperfield. Emma. This isn't our ending. Well, at least we found rescue. Rays of sunlight pierce the floating dust, bathing her silhouette in a gentle glow. Watching the drifting motes, Lucy breaks in a gentle smile and turns to look back at you. Bandon. Yeah? I'm so happy to be with you. Yeah, I feel the same. Stop talking like you're saying goodbye. A support force vehicle comes to a stop beside the town. Born for Your Dream appears before you as promised, immediately performing emergency inspection and maintenance on Lucia. How's it going? This is no good. The megacore overload is irreversible. We have to replace her frame immediately. Does she have any old frames left? There's no time for a new compatibility adjustment. Asimov should have kept the plume frame. Asimov. Where is he? Tell me! He's gone. What? What happened in this timeline? What did you say? I couldn't believe you and Lucia would return either, but yes. 30 years have passed since you entered the Hetero Tower. 30 years?! No wonder there's fucking less people on this planet. Are you serious? 30. Look. Tears off a scrap of notice paper. Once used to wrap her box of trinkets and pass it to you. Every word on the seal of paper is familiar, but the reality they pieced together is impossible to accept. The first 3 years after your departure were manageable, but by the 5th year the Hetero's own crisis finally erupted. Over these 30 years, humanity's front lines have shrunk time and time again. Now, the Arctic Joint route stands as the last bastion on the surface. What? Oh, and it's not even the ARU, it's the HAR? And they're the last? What about the Forsaken? What about Actilec? What about Kowloon? What about Babylonia? Is Grey Raven still around? Babylonia has left Earth's orbit, venturing into space to search for a new home. Ah, fuck. They abandoned... That was the last resort. Damn it. We're really at that point? Well, I guess because they never made any progress. Grey Raven. Lee and Liv have boarded a starship bound for deep space. They wanted to fulfill that dream of finding humanity's future. Grey Raven's shared dream. I'll let Vanessa answer any remaining questions you might have. She's still around? Yes. She's one of the few who chose to stay behind. Wow. I didn't think Vanessa would actually do that. She's always been about survival of the fittest. Whoa, what the hell? Vanessa with the massive glow up. Used to be shorty back then. Now she's all imposing. Eyes me and silence falls between you. The appearance differs greatly from your memories. Those familiar features unmistakably reveal our identity. It's been too long. This greeting comes 30 years late, Xanthos. I thought this time you were finally dead for real. Expectedly, your voice catches more emotion. Luna said you would definitely come back. Luna? Yeah. In times like these, we can't even keep the AJR running without her. Oh, so she decided to team up with humanity. Well, again, I guess because like the Hetero creatures are a much more dangerous threat as a whole. I see. I'll ask about all that later. Do you know where Lucia's plume frame is stored? Her megacore is severely damaged. She has to switch back to her old frame. The plume frame? What about the people and equipment that can maintain constructs? There's one right in front of you. Emma. But she specifically said we need to find a plume frame. Vanessa! Be quiet for a moment. I'm looking for someone who can answer your questions. Your hand. Oh, that's ancient history. When Ikra went through another big crisis, I was the only one who survived. After that, I became a construct. Oh, fuck. Bombonetta's gone too? And she lost an arm. Damn. First it was the eye, now that. Now I'm the captain of Scarab. Scarab? Where's Valeria? She's gone. I'll tell you about it another time. Listen, we have 2 options, but both are long shots. Go ahead. First option, Come back to the AJR with Emma. All the personnel and equipment for construct maintenance are here. Well, given the current surface conditions, taking these 14 days to get here. Can Lucia hold out that long? Those words are indeed even like a grapple, draining away every ounce of your strength. So back against the chair instinctively. You imagine there would come a day when even forming words will feel that's arduous. What's the other option? Find the plume frame. I found it. Emma needs to drive 2,640 kilometers east to reach the old base. Asimov left the plume frame at the base before he left, but... just what? Let Rosa finish. Rosa? The current video feed now inhibits a construct body. Gone is the naive, reckless you from your memories. The plane stays somewhat markedly more distant. The warehouse containing the plume frame along with the entire base was submerged by the red tide. Evacuation was rushed, though we had teams sent over to recover resources after the red tide receded. There's no sign of the plume frame. Wanna try your luck there? What do you think? This is our only option. Can I have Emma's assistance for now? Naturally. Get in. Running short on time. Alright. Like a drowned person clinging to driftwood, you help Lucia climb into Emma's rescue vehicle. Good luck to you. Thanks. Santos? Anyway, welcome back. Those words Vanessa disconnects from the channel. Rosa alone in the comm line. Rosa. I'm here, Commandant. Tell me what happened over these years. Okay. Seriously, what the hell happened? Through the window, you watch the wasteland rushing past on both sides. With Rosa's crypt voice, the information about the base and past events floods into your mind. Lee repaired the rifts caused by the Hetero Tower. After watching both Lucy and you enter the tower at an unchanged date, he and Liv tried to enter it themselves. But their attempts proved futile. Despite the absence of the core, the tormented agent within the Hetero Tower has adamantly refused to allow any entry. Ah, that's right. Damn it. Only Cromer wants you to remain in Strike Arc now. Kamu disappeared during an investigation mission. And Kamu went to search for him. He will return. What? No! Come on, man. Cerberus managed to evacuate safely. Ryan passed away from illness, and Dark Ares volunteered for the rearguard mission during the retreat, while to be completely wiped out. What? Dark Ares was wiped out? No one in Simon? Not only Scarab but members of the support force remain at the base. Tension begins to drift. Your eyelids are growing heavy. Sitting outside the window starts to blur. Lucia? Your hand's going cold. Just a little longer. Sure. I can't believe this, man. 30 years? I mean, I knew time was gonna probably pass when he ever had a tower, but that long? From all those cycles? You know how many times I died for this? And now you tell me I'm just in a desolate future where they abandoned the Earth. I mean, again, I get it, because it's like, if they stayed on Earth, the whole thing with the type Protoss was just gonna keep going on and on and on and on. But I mean, it's not like the situation worsened because of another bad guy or disaster, right? It's not like that whole the Frost Age thing or the constructs going to war against humans. So it's like, what made it so worse after that? Bro, that's ridiculous. The vehicle races through endless wastelands and ruins, carrying everyone on board for 3 days and nights. Throughout the journey, all three of you barely uttered any words. Keep picking up the pulsing Hetero Tower core from the bumpy sea one to confirm that this is one possibility still exists. You hoping that everything before your eyes is just a haunting nightmare. Time and again, you reach for Lucy's hand to check for warmth between your fingers, and as always, she responds by gently caressing your hand in return. But her fading warmth serves as constant warning. Time slips away with the setting sun, and the long night looms ahead. How much longer will it take? 4 hours. I've asked the same question countless times, Emma offers no further response. Almost there. As darkness devours the sky, the only hope that might exist at your destination pulls taut Like a hangman's rope, leaving you uncertain whether what awaits is salvation or a death sentence. The vehicle turns left, entering a street that resembles those in the clean zone. The desolation and the prowling hetero creatures on both sides tear away at what should have been familiar, letting despair rest away at your heart. So if this despair isn't crushing enough, the sublime vehicle suddenly begins to shake and emits eerie sounds. Hold on tight. It's hetero creatures. It grips the steering wheel tightly, trying to break through the hetero creature's territory. However, the noise of the vehicle attracts the notice of those godless monsters as they begin their relentless pursuit. I'll cover you. Commandant. Stay seated. Open the window, ignoring the thick punishing virus that floods in, and fire several rapid shots at the hetero creatures lunging towards you. Behind us. Sectoid hetero creatures are executing dives from the sky above. Persistent aiming and firing, releasing your pent-up fury rage muzzle flash. So these repulsive insects erupt into splashes of fluid that merge into the darkness swallowing ground, too feeble to continue the pursuit. A brief turmoil splits the night's veil before journeying down this wasteland. Sun once again blankets the scarred earth. As the vehicle jots along, your hand holding a gun drops once more, disappearing into pitch-black shadows. How much longer will it take? 3 hours. But what's wrong? Huh? Amy jumps out to inspect the vehicle, desperately trying to salvage whatever she can. The engine failure renders all emergency repairs futile. The last mechanical whimper fades away, leaving behind a terrifying silence. This is bad. I already lost a set of repair tools on my way over. The base isn't too far away. Let's go on foot. It's already dark. Walking's too dangerous. With your wounds, you'll soon get corrupted. There's no danger to worry about! We realize only a brief moment before Emma's shoulders slump in resignation, while the protest fading away. Commandant, I'll go with you. Stay here. Emma and I will look for it. We'll be right back. Don't worry about me. I promise. I'll come back with the plume frame. I'll be back. Sure. I'll wait for you.
Sorry, I had to help bring stuff in. On the rising moon, I meant you reach your destination in the early hours. With a detector in hand, you begin your painstaking search. Search through every possible location, from the most promising armory to the surface combat preparation room. From the discovered personal lounges to the base's assembly hall. Each round of searching yields nothing but hollow emptiness. All around you, the ruins switch out lead and gray. Coldness cut to the bone. It's clenched so tightly that your nails almost pierce through your gloves. As you once more from the scattered rubble, you glance back to see the sky revealing the first hints of dawn. Any luck on your end? I moved left to search for supplies as a return without your notice. The hands tell you the answer unspoken. Are there any areas we haven't searched yet? Rosa sent a new analysis map. There's still 2 locations worth checking. Let's go. Grab a bite on the way. Thanks. Despite having no appetite, even when eating has turned to torture, music compels you to replenish the energy required to press on. Rushing toward your destination, grabbing where each swallow, the name Emma just mentioned abruptly springs to your mind. Rosa. Anxiety throughout this journey has made you overlook this matter. Why is Rosa on the surface? Shouldn't she be with Asimov? Well, she came down in secret before they set sail, and missed her transport back because of it. What for? I heard that she was seeking revenge for her parents. Anna and Rand? Her family died during Project Winter, and to finding clues about the Ascendant who triggered it, she did everything she could to return to the surface. Ah, right. Because since she worked for Asimov, she probably would have gotten her hands on the Project Winter stuff, because I also didn't ask him to look into it for me. Shit. So she learned the truth after all. What now? She succeeded. I counted that Ascendant. Unbelievable, isn't it? She was still human then, and so young. Wait, the Ascendant who did it? Wait, what Ascendant was that? But after that, she seemed deeply traumatized, felt depression for a long time. Even after her recovery, she wasn't quite the same person anymore. She isn't as reckless as before, have become quieter, more rational too. To better survive on the surface, she built herself a frame and became a construct. Vanessa once joked that she's like the spiritual reincarnation of Asimov now. But I think this is just Rosa showing her true self at last. So, what happened to Asimov? The last I heard of him, he was gravely ill. Then he left with the others. 30 years passed in a blink of an eye. People are gone, times have changed. Nothing stays the same. Is Rosa now in charge of technology like Asimov was? Yes, she's a genuine prodigy. If only we could have made it back to the ARU in time. With Rosa there, maybe something could have been done for Lucia. But there are no ifs. Like the many wounds a soldier's journey has etched upon your heart, the one that keeps being reopened is these words. There are no ifs. We're almost there. Rays of sunlight pierce through the thick clouds, casting down the threads of light that were meant to illuminate the earth. In these rays' watchful gaze, you step into your new destination. This used to be an event venue. Ella had visited here several times before. Rosa thought the frame might be here. It was infested with hetero creatures a few years ago. Compared to other places, this area hasn't been thoroughly searched yet. She calmly describes how the base has been picked clean, leaving nothing behind. Alright, search quickly while the sun's up. Throw yourselves into another fruitless search. Refusing to accept the detective's readings, you push past the dilapidated stage, searching every corner one by one.
Push open the door at the reception hall where gatherings were once held. Let's be searching through remnants of past warmth. Wait for the faint glimmer of hope. Nothing. 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 There's absolutely nothing left here. Only upon entering the WGA's last lounge do you finally discover an unopened box behind a long broken hibernation pod. Filled with hope, yet prepared for disappointment. Once you break open the box's combination lock, you're greeted by the sight of something perfectly sealed. A coding. About to close the box in disappointment, you notice Lucia's name is written on the coding component case. Pick up the case and activate the preview, feeling a drawing signed by a highlight before your eyes. Message from the past streams forth alongside the preview. The WGA received a direct request from Celica to design a ceremonial dress for Lucia's medal ceremony. Everyone was working at breakneck speed to get themselves ready for when you're back. And this is the one that won the vote. What do you think? Pretty nice, right? Since it's for the formal occasion, I've included the venue design to preview as well. Can't wait to see you in this new coating. Message in the preview fade back into the component case, filling the dust-covered room. Silent mockery. Clutching the coating component case, walk through the sunset glow as it reclaims the earth. Touch every empty corner until your heart grows just as hollow. Did you find anything? Let's go back. Sure. Step out and see the room once more. Bright moon has already climbed back to the treetops. He's about to head back, staggering footsteps echoing for the distant street retrievers. Huh. At the edge of your vision, a battle-scarred figure leans heavily on her weapon. Causing a weak voice suddenly through the ruins in her desperate surge. Lucia! Lift to your side and catch your exhausted body. Why didn't you wait in the car? You were gone for so long. I was worried. I was really worried. I'm fine. It just took me longer than expected. She refrains from asking about the outcome of the search. Allows you barely to speak everything she needs to know. As long as you're safe. Where do we go from here? Should you head to the ARU? Return to the tower for another attempt. No matter which side is picked, you know that futility and death are only certain things. I found this. This is the coding the WGAA prepared for you. Remember? They've mentioned it before we left. I heard Miss Hala and the WGAA have come up with a bunch of new coding designs. When you get back, let's go see them together. Kinda like that summer, right? I remember. This is the coding component case tightly against her chest, trying to contain all the churning emotions within. Why don't you put on this coding, Lucia? Sure. You part ways with Emma, who leads to search for repair tools. Until you finally return to the vehicle, it's always 5 in the morning. Where the sunrise still hours away, with a lone icy moon leans high in the night sky. The frigid glow casting unyielding frost over the silent streets. According to the initial estimate, Lucy only has 1 more hour. On the way back, you're filled with desperate thoughts of every possible ways to get help. Despite all attempts and struggles, no solution presents itself. The tale must be these last moments should be spent giving her a proper farewell. Sharing the same thoughts, Lucia turns around in the moonlight and gives you a gentle smile. We'll let it end here. The coding conceals all the cracks in her frame. Her figure threatens to dissipate into the night breeze at any moment. The one who's always been there whenever you look back. It's never left, no matter what happens. It's not slowly fading away. If time could turn back to that day of departure, what choice would you make? Seek help for more people? Back then only you and Lucia could enter the tower. Act more cautiously? Chance within the tower and the chaos contamination spreading alongside Agent Zero far beyond what mere caution can handle. Or go Vonnegut earlier to eliminate Agent Zero? Successor will only bring about the same problems. It's like a cursed cycle. Fix past mistakes, the tower must be used. Using it only creates new problems.
Sound of super pain, everything fades into nothingness. Leave only the vast expanse of stars behind. Do you remember what happened before we left? Of course. The space inside the Hetero Tower isn't particularly large. At least that's how it felt to me. Every fractured sentiment warned of potential dangers in the tower. But unthought that venturing inside would evolve into such a protracted ordeal. But regardless, you had to watch out for potential dangers. Unexpected, the tower itself to undergo such tragic changes. If only we had known before leaving that tower. It's like a giant Rubik's Cube, continuously shifting with every twist and combination. Would I have been able to keep you safe? Still remember her tears. Tears that never stopped. Not since the first time she held your blood-covered body in her arms. Is that when she made up her mind? And such suffering from ever happening again, no matter the cost. Yet the more the two of you gave your all, the deeper you became entangled in that cursed cycle. I look back now, the time behind you is already strewn with mounds of lifeless bodies and oceans of blood. Did you know how this would end all along? Did you know from the start that making changes in the tower would cost you life no matter what? But I still believe in miracles. Believe that sacrifice isn't the answer to everything. Even if this outcome was inevitable, at least we tried everything possible. Regardless, we found the seed of a miracle. No one's ever managed to take the core outside in such a safe form, right? What about you? Miracle will come, but what about you? Where will you be? Please forgive me. I have to stay in the past for now. But you will press on, far beyond, till you reach the place where everyone can be brought back. Liv, Lee, and our other companions. They didn't leave Earth because they abandoned it. They left to look for hope in places far beyond. To look for you. When that time comes, you still want to? Come find me. Of course I will. Ever since we first met, I've grown used to having you always by my side. I've grown used to this squad of mine. Over these years of missions and battles, I've seen you badly wounded time and time again. I parted ways with you, and found you back again. Even though every member of Grey Ravens endured their fair share of such pain, I'll never yield to it. So I'm sure we'll meet again. Grey Raven will come together again as one. No matter how far I must go, I won't give up. I won't accept an ending like this one. I know. You know, before I met you, I kept asking myself, where should I go? For me, the crucial part of that question wasn't where, but I. Because I am me. I felt lost about where to go next. I'm Lucia, but I'm only a replica of her. I'm Grey Raven's captain, but back then, the old Grey Raven had no one left but the name itself. I'm Luna's sister, yet how can I claim to be her sister while standing against her? The blanks in my memories didn't give me blind confidence. They only left me with an unshakable sense of confusion and discord. Where should I go? What identity should I continue with? When they look at me, who are they really reaching out for? If I hadn't met you, I would have remained lost forever. I'm glad that there are no ifs in this situation. You found me, not for Lucia's combat abilities, but for who I was standing before you. You saw the heart that belonged to me alone. After that, we formed a new Grey Raven, and Liv and Lee found a place to call home. Together we tackled countless missions and accomplishments, one after another. So all those days and nights, years and seasons, wounds and tears, love and regrets we've shared, they can all belong to me alone. I can move forward as my unique self, the me that I've come to accept. Because of that, and because of you, I've become who I am today. I'll never regret paying this price. A future without you is meaningless. A future that doesn't align with our vision of peace is even more futile. So please, don't blame yourself once I'm gone. It's not because we made the wrong choice. I promise, I won't blame myself.
I won't give up. Then we'll surely meet again. Remember the 4-leaf clover we folded together before setting out? Turn your hand back to Lucy at the voice recorder you carried with you. Commander, every failure has its meaning. You've obtained the seeds of a miracle, and from here on we'll surely find a miracle that belongs to this world, and to us. Commander, I'm so happy to walk this long path with you. Meeting you is the luckiest thing that has ever happened to me. Thank you. Really. Thank you so much. I'm the one who should say thank you. As the morning the sun rises, take the paper 4-leaf clover and pin it to Lucia's chest. Lucia, you are my miracle. Thank you, Commander. Thank you. He's repeating these words until her voice grows too weak to speak. Let's sit down together. Take her cold hand and sit down together with her beside the vehicle. The morning sun rises above the horizon and gradually illuminating the desolate land. And against each other, in a cold wind, locking eyes. So much you want to say, yet neither you speaks a word. The time to say goodbye draws near. Despite her best efforts to stay upright, her body slowly begins to collapse. The time to say goodbye draws near. Soon, she'll fade into the light of dawn. If you don't speak now, you'll even lose the chance to say goodbye. Commander, your suffering at the tower is over. I believe better days will come. From now on, you'll be safe and sound. I hope all your wishes come true. Take care of yourself, for that sake. But my only wish is to have the power to keep you with me. Don't worry. You'll see many familiar faces at the ARU. This isn't the tower. You won't be alone and helpless anymore. You won't find me by your side, Commander. I know you'll be fine. Don't say goodbye with those distant hopes. I know how I feel about you. But I still don't know how to say goodbye to you. At a time like this, what should I say? What words could possibly... I don't know. Because all I want to say is don't leave. Don't leave me like this. Words are cut short by her kiss. So gentle as a breeze, just as fleeting. So as if expelling all the pent-up emotions as agonizing as a torn wound. Hold Lucia tightly, desperately seeking proof of her existence. A faint taste of vital fluid lingers in your mouth, coming from wounds hidden beneath her coating. Why did it still come to this? Why must this be the only ending? These questions hammer at your heart as the pain threatens to tear your chest and mind apart. The tighter you hold her, the more you feel her once fiery warmth slipping through your fingers, fading to nothingness. Before her breath stops, she breaks away, resting what little strength she has left to cling onto you. Commander, I think I finally understand why I couldn't find the right words to say goodbye. I've stuck by your side for so long, I've forgotten that some words need to be said out loud. Of course you don't want to respond, please don't feel pressure to do so. You mean more to me than anyone in the world. I love you, Commander. I just can't bring myself to part ways with you like this. Can I forgive myself for leaving you here all alone? Bamide's soul deep regret as he leans against your shoulder as her eyes slowly close. I don't want it all to end here. Me neither. Holding her gradually slumping body, you slowly begin to speak of the plans you made before setting out. Wish we could go see how the sapling we planted has grown. Maybe it's grown so tall by now. Yeah. Summer comes, let's go to the beach together again. Alright? Give Froggy's unreleased song to the WGAA. Let them play it on stage. Desserts you want to try making, you can make them together. Go to the movies. How about walks along the streets? Lucia? Lucia? She never answered again. No matter what words are spoken, only the echoes of your own voice reverberate back from the lifeless streets. Still only the beginning. Days like this will continue to stretch on. Don't know how long this journey will take before you find a way to make things right. You don't know how much longer you must endure before you can hold these hands in yours once again. To the still body in your arms, you whisper her name time and time again, till the winter wind snatches out the paper 4-leaf clover pinned to her chest. But the wind steals it away, and you catch it. As memories of days long past come rushing back. Lucia, I think I see some writing on that page. Earlier, whenever I had a spare moment while getting used to my frame, I dropped by the library to look for those books you mentioned. Whenever I see a passage that moves me, I can't help but jot it down. That's how this new notebook came about. Now this time one paper 4-leaf clover rests in your palm. If only you had no idea what words she had written inside. Faded handwriting slowly comes into view, revealing the final verse from the prologue of Songs of Experience. Turn away no more. Why wilt thou turn away? The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. Indeed, the night has waned, and dawn is here. But why? Why do you have to leave me first? After what feels like an eternity, Trevor and Emma finally returns to their vehicle with her newfound tools. Is her imagination exceeds the song of crying through the bitter winter wind. As she approaches slowly, she sees the human sitting by the car, greeting Lucia while humming a fragmented, tuneless song. Depths of the sea, edge of the sky. Build, rough, warm home. Human's gaze has long since lost focus, wandering somewhere beyond the horizon. However, a piece of paper flutters in the wind. Dawn is broken, yet the miracle remains out of reach. Chrysalis. Fuck, man. Are you serious? Damn it. Alright. So that's the end of chapter 31. Now we just gotta wait for the next chapter for whatever the fuck's supposed to happen next. Damn, man. I'll be honest, man. I actually was kind of shaking when saying those lines because I was actually tearing up, man. Fuck. Of course things never go our way. Now we have to deal with a desolate future? Without Lucia? Without Grey Raven? How the fuck are we supposed to do that? But I gotta say, this was an amazing chapter though, don't get me wrong. Even if I'm pissed as fuck. This was another amazing chapter. Oh my god, they did the whole time travel thing so well. Even with Vonnegut, it's like, it's not so much that he's thinking like he actually trusts us. It's like he's betting on the possibilities we've been able to make so far and seeing if we can actually win the gamble by giving us time. It's like, even then, it's like, our hopes are shattered now, because it's like, we don't have Asimov that we can depend on like we hope. We don't have the Science Council anymore. We don't have Babylonia anymore. So it's like, how are we supposed to make things right? I mean, at least we still have people like Vanessa, and Luna, and Emma, but it's like, and Rosa, but even with that, it's like, everything that we had hoped to encounter once we left is all gone. And now we have to do without Lucia too. It's like, how's this gonna work now? Like, I'm also curious how this Nanami chapter is even gonna work anyway, because it's like, what would it even lead to then? Or in what point in time would this even be?
But damn, now I'm stuck in a desolate future where 3 years have passed since then. Fuck my life. But damn, another amazing fucking chapter. What can I say? It was really good. Even that whole stuff with Lucia and parting and us fighting together against an impossible future. Like all the suffering that ourselves, the side characters had to go through, and the decisions we had to make as well. Like, fuck. That was amazing. Sorry, we're checking something. Great. Now I don't know what to do. I actually feel heartbroken.
あなたの気にかける未来にあなた自身もいてください。指揮官。
And of course they had to pull the whole confession thing in Lucia's last breath. Like, fuck. That really hurt. It hurt on a number of levels. Y'all don't understand. Or at least I hope you would. It's fuck. Okay, let's at least do the boss challenge. Because I want to prove I can actually beat Vonnegut first try, even if he goes through phases. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm actually thinking maybe for the next stream, I'll do these trials. Because I do want to fight these things and see how I do. As well. And like I said, we can do some of this as well. And I guess we could just talk more about what PGR is going through. But damn, that was such a heart-wrenching chapter. And I thought the Live Imperia chapter was painful. This was even more painful. Fuck. Dude, this game is such a way with words. I don't even know what to say anymore by this point. Okay. What team should I even put here? Fuck, I honestly don't know what... You know what? I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna make it the Grey Raven only team, the dedicated.
この戦い
I gotta put Lucy at the start too, because... Oh. Oh, it was... Oh, so that's the... Yeah, this would be the ideal fire team. No, but I'm doing it with my characters. I'm doing it with my characters. It'd be unfair if I just did it this way. Yeah. Oh wait, no, I said my characters. My bad. Let me put my characters. Where's mine? Where's my Imperia? Hey. Oh, okay. Unload the team first. Okay. I was like, where's my Imperia? Here we go. Got it. Like I said, I'm just doing this first one as my tribute to Grey Raven. Because, fuck, man. That really hurt. And it's like, this music is so powerful too. And don't get me wrong, the boss fight with Vonnegut was cool. It was just, again, it's like, I have to think about, again, times where I can counter, times where I can evade. Then just going for the in-between. But at least this time I have a team, as opposed to back then, where it's like, I only had it with Lucia herself. Again, it's, you could probably make it all the way to the end. Because to be fair, I did make it in that latest attempt pretty far. I don't think I could have done it to the very end, but maybe someone else could. I don't know. You guys don't have to let me know. But still, Vonnegut was pretty cool in this fight, because it's kind of a mix of some of the stuff we've seen from other bosses in the past. Use this first. Oh, did I knock him out of it? Oh, no. Oh my god, he has so much. But then again, I guess this is the easy mode, so it doesn't really matter. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ah shit, I got hit by it. Okay, do this. Nope. Ah, man, I'm gonna have to dodge that shit. That is gonna be annoying. Oh shit. He trapped me. Oh shit.
界で何も変わらない。
No, I tried doing my ult. Don't lie to me.
翼よ羽ばたけ。
Oh no.
カラスバのように輝け。私の翼よ羽ばたけ。
無意味です。
Oh, I dodged it. By doing my
カラスバのように輝け。黎明のように貫け。翼よ羽ばたけ。
Come on. Like I said, this is for Grey Raven.
私に任せてください。
視界です。
Oh shit.
何も変わらない。
シミュレーション完了。
Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that.
ことじゃありません。
Crap.
集中しましょう。
私に任せてください。
Damn it. Messed up. Okay, here we go.
あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。
私総員出撃。
無意味です。
And
時の果てで滅びよ。
cannon time.
気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます。指揮官。
Alright, not too bad. Definitely could have done better with my health management for Lucia. I will admit that. But not too bad. Again, I'm still going with the same team for now. We'll see if I have to make changes to put Watanabe, but I'm gonna keep this team for now. I think either this or this next one will be my last attempt. I'll probably kind of extreme. I'm gonna keep this entrance sequence because it's still pretty cool. Alright, let's do this.
他者を移住ゴートムに送り込んだ。さらなる犠牲を生むだけです。無意味です。
Oh shit. Move, move, move. No! Ah, damn, I couldn't stop it.
ターゲットロックを最大火力。
視界で何も変わらない。
集え暁の光。
Nope.
翼よ羽ばたけ。
Alright, bought myself some time.
黎明のように貫け。
Oh, right. Yes.
翼よ羽ばたけ。
Nice try. Nope. Damn it. I'm really doing bad about timing for this.
無意味です。
No, no, no.
視界で何も変わらない。
Okay, here we go.
私に
ターゲットロックを最大火力。
翼よ羽ばたけ。
Nope. Nope. Ah, damn it. Dodge too far back.
私に任せてください。
Yeah, I dodged it. Let's go.
無意味です。
Oh,
集え
Go.
暁の光。
there we go. Getting some healing.
翼よ羽ばたけ。
Let's go. See if I finally hold myself back. Actually, stop. Hit. Oh shit. Oh, so I can dodge past the elevator. I didn't think I would actually have the time to do it. But hey, if I can.
私に任せて。集え暁の光。
Nope.
翼よ羽ばたけ。
Nice try. Nope. Oh, okay, so that did kind of create a physical thing. Or maybe I was just too high up so that Luke couldn't hit me in time. Oh, shit, 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 no! Damn it! I got hit by that.
行け。
Okay, dude.
私に任せて。
ターゲットロックを最大。
集え暁の光翼よ羽ばたけ
Again.
機械でも何も変わらない。
それ
Come on. Nope.
行け
Nope. Damn.
集え暁の
Yeah, I
光
mean, I actually will have to change my control because at this point, we're just losing so much time. Like, always like fully press this shit.
翼よ羽ばたけ
Because like I'm having to like press the button so hard. It's like I feel like it's just gonna make it worse.
行け翼よ羽ばたけ
Yes. Okay.
進み
Definitely
ま
did
しょう
better, but again, there were definitely some
降り
moves
か
I
かる
could
苦難
have
が
performed
全てな
better.
くなるまで
Whew. All right. Nice. Yeah. So I think I'll save these other battles for the next time because it's gonna get more difficult as we keep going. So. But damn, what a fucking chapter. And it's like, now I'm so confused as to like, is this next chapter gonna pick up where it left off? Because again, the issue is like, these are like two updates that were like initially separate for CN, but because it's in the NA server, they have to put it at the same time just to catch up with CN, right? So it's like, I'm kind of wondering, is this gonna be like a one-off chapter, kind of like we had with the Ascendants before? Or is this actually gonna tie into what we just went through? I mean, I'm gonna check the live stream again just to see if it says anything about this past chapter, or I mean about this next chapter, because we've already finished this now, so it's not spoiling me for anything. But I'm kind of wondering if like what's gonna be the state of this chapter, because I'm honestly invested in it now. Like, I want to know what happens. Can we save Lucia or not? It's not right, man. But damn, Lucia now definitely rising even higher in my ranks for best girl. Because goddamn, I thought she was already cool with like being the clone of Alpha, but becoming her own individual. Now this, going through all this suffering alongside us as we travel through time to find the correct future, or the best future for humanity. That was sick. And again, it was a pretty awesome fight too. Like I said, I'm not gonna be too pissed about like how I did, because it's like, again, it's like, it's my fault for not paying as much attention to what the live stream told me about like some of the stuff, and also just because I was being a bit reckless with some of my moves. I'll admit to it, of course I will. I'm not the best gamer of all time, but I'll show that I do have some skill. But anyway, that is gonna be the end of the stream for today, everybody. I'll think about if I want to do a Trails to Daybreak stream today. If I decide not to, then the next stream will just be Atelier Yumiya tomorrow. Because again, I do still have to make progress in it, because I barely have, once again, done as much grinding as I should be, but again, y'all know how it is. But anyway, let me give a shout out to both RinUEF and Yuki90 for both showing up this stream. Great catching up with both of you. Like I said, if you guys do enjoy the streams but not already following the channel, please make sure that you follow. Much appreciated. Check my YouTube channel, post all the VODs, and subscribe there as well. The link to Discord and all of those other things are on the channel. But this has been Xantos Vice. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See you guys next time. We're out.
あなたの人望の厚さは知っています。けれど、あなたの気を引ける言葉は知りません。いつもと同じ言葉。何があってもあなたのそばにいます。もう少し情緒が必要ですか？